So I'm not sure if you just heard what I said, but basically I already watched this set one time, or like I've watched it 1.5 times just because I like normally when I do analysis I do it for like my local players, so like I already have a good idea of like how good they are and shit. But I just want to do it just so I can see like maybe you know, if there's what I should focus on, because like a lot of the people that I do analysis for, I focus really hard on like positioning and like, you know, just basic shit. But you seem to have a lot of that down, so I'll be focusing a lot more on like tiny, like just like small improvements of like, you know, I don't know, like laser heights or like some positioning shit or whatever. We'll see when we get there. But yeah. Now that you're here, we might as well get started. That's really loud. Okay, so this is something I always tell whenever I'm doing Falco analysis, is I'm not sure, honestly, if this is the correct thing to do, but I always start off my game with a short hop double laser, because I think that, like, you might, because if you're going to do the runoff laser here, like, you might as well, like, also get, like, the higher laser, just in case they decide to stand still or, like, to jump. I'm not really sure if, like, it's correct, like I said, but that's what I do. I think the runoff laser is fine to do, because, like, you know, if they do the immediate runoff, you will catch them. But like, I don't know. That's like always the first thing I say. Because I think he would have caught him too if he did the double laser because he jumped. But I could be wrong. Yeah, here I think you start off with really good positioning here. Like I always like tell people like whenever they're on top platform, you know, you want to keep a good idea. I forgot that I need to use tipping tool, so I'll be bouncing in and out of full screen. You know, you always want to be like worried about like this range whenever someone's on the top platform and such. Just like, you know, if they drop their doing aerial and like you start off with good positioning, like right over here. I think you just got a little bit baited, like he fell off and then you started approaching, and then that's when he did the double jump aerial. That's just something you have to be like a little bit careful of. I think this happens a few times where he starts running off and then he does the double jump, and sometimes you just kind of have to like expect it, and especially when you're this far away, like it's pretty hard to get the anything off this laser, even if it were to connect, like all the way over here, right? Like it's not terrible either. Like if the laser does connect, to like do a second laser to like kind of gain space after this laser connects, but yeah, sometimes you do kind of have to accept that like you're gonna take the laser, like if they land into it, like they take the laser and they land, and like, you know, you can kind of like start laser pressure, but it is kind of dangerous at the same time because they do get the chance to double jump early, and then if you know, you sometimes have to, you'll get punished for doing the approach here. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. You might have been able to crouch cancel it too. I'm not 100% sure. The small thing here too, you just did the down air a little bit early. I'm pretty sure you can true punish this air dodge, like, but the down air has to connect around the ground because, like, you know, the whole hit stun or the hit stun cancel mechanic. Yeah, I was pretty sure too. It's weird because like, so you definitely could have crouch canceled, but you might have been knocked away far enough anyway to where it would have missed, or crouch cancel shine rather, which is like, it's just the unfortunate reality of like how tiny Falco's shine is, because it happens a lot, like with Marth Fair, with Sheik Fair, with like even space like Fox Nair, like sometimes they can just space out and it's really stupid. But yeah, I mean, technically, I would say you can just like sometimes go under someone and then and just hold down, especially Sheik. Like she really sucks if you're under her and like behind her, like like basically under her outside of the fair range. It's really good to hold down and, you know, always crouch cancel. But honestly, it might have missed anyway. But yeah, here you just did the down air a little bit early. You know, you just have to be careful. It's like the same thing of like just trying to hit anybody out of the air with dare before they get like sent into the tumble and the whole like tech situation. They'll just have their hits canceled immediately, which is why he got the shield up in time. So you just have to wait a little bit longer. I'm pretty sure you can still punish it because there's like still 4 frames of ending lag whenever you land from like an air dodge or like any other move. So you should have been able to get it. And if not, like if you do think you have to hit them out of the air, you can sometimes just like concede and do down air and just grab, because they always shield after this. It's very rare you'll see someone spot dodge or roll or anything like that. Let's see, that was fine. I think this was just a missed double shine. it's always a little bit scary going for this down air because if they're like super ready, they could just wave dash out and grab you for it. But I mean, he wasn't ready, and like a lot of time you will catch people just jumping out. So this down air isn't that bad, especially since you I think the drift was behind. Yeah, you aim the down air behind the shield anyway. So you know, in the very least, if he sat in shield too, it would have been pretty safe. I think this happens a few times too. You go for laser late aerial, so like instead of going for early nair, you go for late nair, and I think I noticed with this guy in particular, this is just kind of like a broader discussion of like trying to figure out what your opponent does after they get hit by a laser. I feel like this guy jumps a lot, like after like he'll hold the shield or like he'll go for a power shield and then he'll just jump out whenever the laser connects. And against those type of people, that's when it's a lot safer to go for like laser early aerial. Because I feel like this guy does, it's very rarely he shields. So I felt like if you did laser nair here, it would have connected. But you went for the late nair. It's kind of like a hard read on him holding shield, and that's just kind of like you needing to kind of feel out your opponent. And was his shield holding behind too? Oh, he was forward. Right, yeah, and it's basically like a 50-50 if someone's in shield, right? Because they can jump out early and try to hit you for doing a late aerial, or you know, they can stay in shield and just shield grab the early aerial. Yes, if you can, you want to do like early fate like cross up nair. It just sucks sometimes because like sometimes you won't be close enough to go for the cross up, so you kind of have to commit to like a front facing nair instead. It just depends on the spacing basically, but preferably you would want to cross up almost every time because like she can't really get like a real punish off that. Like she can nair at a shield and like that's probably her best option because she does have like a small hitbox behind her, but like, you know, a lot of her hitboxes aren't very strong, and sometimes you can just do like late knot or cross up nair and they like have to hold shield, and like you can start shine pressure and they roll out a lot of the time. Something I like to do a lot too is I would do a cross up nair and then I would immediately just guess a direction. Like I would basically go like cross up to the left and then like do a downer to the right because I think they're going to roll towards the right direction. But again, it just depends on your opponent. Like some people will be a little more careful. They'll stay in shield, and some people will just try to like punish the late or the earlier nair anyway. It just depends. Anyway. Yeah, this happens to me a lot too. It's just funny, like the nair, it just lasts so long, and if they don't like fast fall too, it's just so frustrating trying to punish it. So I'm pretty sure you just did no fast fall, and that's why you ran into it. You got the crouch gun, so it didn't really matter. But like, this happens to the best of us. It's just so annoying. And also after this backer, you can get a fair. Oops. Let's see. Did he? Oh shit. Man, spacebar's scrolling down. That's stupid. That is true. I just always assume, like, I just pretend that like any single time that like Sheik like hits with a move, like if she gets punished for it, it's just because she got crouch cancelled. Yeah, I mean, I think the reality is sometimes you do have to kind of respect this option, or like if you see it, you have to run up and crouch like immediately. Like you have to get under her like way fast because like, yeah, or like you can try to like whiff punish it with grab, but like honestly, I've just been in this position before, and it's very tempting to like dash into her. I think it's just because like I don't know, sometimes you just don't respect the hitbox, and like it just happens. I don't know. I've definitely ran into this nair so many times. And in the perfect world, like you would be in position. You can bear, yeah. You might. Okay, you're definitely close enough to do it. Let's see. So like, if you had perfect reactions, you probably could have back aired here. But a lot of the time, like, you're probably just not even thinking about like Sheik falling down in there, just because it's a relatively rare option, I would say, or it's uncommon, I guess. So back again, like perfect world melee, you could always back her, you could always up tilt her, right? If you're in the right positioning for it, but like you're probably just not in the mentality to even handle a situation like this because you're more so like, especially against Sheik, like you're thinking about like short hop fairs or like fast fall fairs, or like you're thinking about like waiting for her to like forward tilt, like wave dash and forward tilt. So it's like understandable to not like be ready to like back air or up tilter. If you do know she's going to do it, then yeah, you should like, back air and up tilter every time. But it's just awkward. That's probably the big reason why you just like dashed in on it, especially because of no fast fall. I'm sure that fast fall was like the biggest deal here. Was that a lot of people would, if they do that nair, they would fast fall it. So like you dashed in a little bit early, and I'm assuming like if she did fast fall, then you probably could have like gotten your punish. But anyway, off that back air, you could get fair here, like run off fair. It's pretty important to get fairs like this because like it might not send her far away enough to where like she can't drift towards the ledge anymore. But a lot of times they get hit by the fair, they'll just try to drift towards the ledge anyway, and you can get the forward tilt. And once you get the forward tilt, then she definitely has to double jump to the ledge. So it's just like a small thing, like being aware of the fair hitbox. Especially, you'll see this a lot in Marth or Sheik, sometimes Fox, but like it's most like these kind of floaty characters where like you can get the runoff fair like right next to the ledge, and you can kind of it sets up for the forward tilt. Or sometimes you can get fair and then you can hard read the double jump with back air. And if you take the double jump, that's obviously like the big money, like begins like a big edge guard sequence. And you'll see this a lot, just like where against Marth and Sheik and almost every character really, like they really like to they like to just drift towards the ledge because a lot of time people don't respect that option. They just kind of like or rather they do respect the option too much of like just letting them fall towards the ledge because they're like looking really hard for like the for like double jumps or like just early like other options. So sometimes you just do have to call out them just drifting the ledge. Like you can forward tilt Sheik, you can forward smash her if you're being really brave, but it's unnecessary I think a lot of the time. And honestly, even if you don't fair, you can just like fast fall to the ground and like throw out a forward tilt or like down smash again if you're feeling really brave. Down smash, forward smash are like better rewards, but they're always a little bit more committal than just doing a forward tilt instead. I think one thing I always like to do against like Sheik and Marth is I always talk about those two characters because I feel like they have a lot of similar situations. But when they're coming off from ledge, like doing laser grab is like really safe. And you have to think about it too. Like you have to be very careful about doing the laser early nair in this scenario, just because like you fucking up is like way more dangerous just because of like obviously the back throw gimp potential, right? Not to say that you should never go for the early nair because obviously like if they're at high percent. Sometimes going for that nair is like really good, but like Sheik's at 54. You know, she just barely came off ledge, so usually they're really scared and they just like, you know, like to hold shield a bunch or like they want to roll out. So usually in positions like this, like especially if I'm feeling very careful, I'll just do like I'll do laser forward tilt if they're at high percent because like that's basically unshield grabbable. And I'll be standing like closer to over here because like I know the Sheik that's in my state, what he basically always does from the corner is he'll go to the side platform and he'll just do run off fair. So I'm always like standing just about like right here so I'm like ready to up tilt it, or sometimes I'm even a little bit further away just so I can like dash dance grab it if I really want to like, you know, get a more guaranteed punished, I guess. But yeah, this is basically the zone that I always occupy. It's just really... It's really scary to do any sort of aerial here. Like, you even did the early nair too, which is like... That's more so to catch people jumping out of shield. And I feel like in this position, you'll see people not jump as much. Like, you have to dash dance first in order to really get them to jump out of the corner. And just, like, going for a laser immediate aerial is just, like, it's a bit much. I would say this is a situation you definitely want to do the late aerials because... Unless they're like a Sheik player that's like really like adamant about doing like take laser forward tilt or like take laser immediate fair and nair, they'll probably be holding shield in the corner. Or in the very least, even if they don't hold shield, like it's not that big of a deal if you don't get like a big opening, I guess, off them holding shield like in the corner, like because again, just the risk reward of like, oh, I can hit Sheik off stage and like that's a pretty good a pretty big deal. But I'm at low percent, and she can like also get me if I'm not careful. So it just depends. Another thing you can also get away with here is like a lot of time, like I said, they hold shield, so laser, like approaching laser shines really strong. But yeah, I would say laser early nair is like definitely if he was like maybe like right here instead, I would feel a little more safer doing the laser early in the air, but that's just me. Let's see here. I think right here, it seemed like you actually had a good idea with, like, you did a retreating laser right here, or at least it seemed like you were in the position to cover the roll. You just, like, committed a little bit too much to the lasers, because you do have to understand, like, lasers are commitment, and they do, like, take up, like, active frames where you could be doing stuff. So a lot of time, whenever Sheik's in the corner, I like to, like, shoot this one laser, and then I'm immediately ready to, like, hold down and, like, cover rolls or cover wave dashes or cover her, like, going to, like, waveline the top platform or the side platform rather. And honestly, I just like to hold down, like holding down, and just because it covers, like, her rolling in covers her wave dashing. It covers her, like, doing a runoff aerial, because crouching actually goes under most of the aerials that she has. So just doing that instead of, like, wasting a lot of frames, like just shooting lasers that, like, you know, they're just not doing very much, right? Once they're in the corner, they're, like, cornered, like, they're already in a bad position, and, like, sometimes you just have to be careful about shooting the lasers, like, especially right here, like, it's really, really close. Yeah, and the cool thing about it too, if they're stuck in shield, like, they have to wave dash out and then grab, so there's a lot of frames, like, well, maybe not a lot, it's more like, so what, wave dashing is, like, or jump squat's 3, and then I think wave dashing is, like, another, I've heard, like, number 12 for wave dash flag, I'm not sure, but it's, like, you know, 10 to 12, and then grab is, like, 7, so, like, there's a lot of time to react even to the grab too, so you do have to be really on point, but yeah, because holding down is it's almost the same as threatening the laser, like, if they're holding shield at least, and a lot of time they will, you know, if they're stuck in the corner, like, you know, or I guess he just landed. He wasn't even in shield, but, like, a lot of time, just being in the corner, like, you can just threaten, like, this area a lot of time, and you can react pretty reliably to a lot of the stuff. Not to say that it's easy to react, but holding down is just definitely strong there. After this laser reset, you should basically always have the muscle memory. If you're gonna go for the down air, just always do down air, turn around, up tilt. It covers most of the DI. It covers the miss tech. You know, if they tech the down air, then, like, oh well, like, it's they're really good if they can tech this down air, like, every time. Down smash is also strong, but, like, I would say dare up tilt covers more options. Just because, like, down smash would actually miss if they don't hold down and they don't try to, like, arms tech it or whatever, while down air up tilt would like, connect on the miss tech. But, like, if you can react to the miss tech, then yeah, I do think you should dare down smash. It's, like, it's just a matter of reaction. But I do like doing the up tilt there. Okay. I remember seeing this first time, I was, like, so annoyed just because, like, I hate the hitbox. It lasts for so long. But yeah, let's see. I'm not even sure what you might have to roll. Like, actually rolling against Sheik in this spot isn't terrible, just because, like, if she goes straight to ledge, like, even if she tries to do, like, the really cheap angle where, like, you know, it covers, like, the regular get up timing. The regular get up might have gotten hit by the poof is the thing. It might have. I'm not positive. But yeah, regular get up is definitely, like, the first step of the edge guard. But then there's, like, a really, like, good angle that Sheik players can do that, like, even, like, it hangs on the ledge just long enough to avoid the regular get up timing. And sometimes even, like, if you do regular get up, like, when they land up here, like, because you have to walk, like, or dash a little bit forward and then do a jump, and because Falco's jump squat's so long, you might even be too slow to cover it sometimes, and it's really frustrating. That's why, like, the roll is sometimes really reliable if you do it early enough. Like, you do an early roll, and that way it covers them going to the ledge, but then also, like, you're going to be in a much, like, easier position to punish them going to the platform, like, going super far. It just kind of loses, the roll loses to, like, if they go, like, a little bit high, and, like, they go above the ledge, or if they, like, land on stage, like, right in this corner. But yeah, definitely, usually for most Sheik games, you can start off by doing the regular get up timing and you know, see how it evolves from there. There's a pretty big tree. As much as people like to say that Sheik edge guarding Sheik is really easy, she has like a lot of options now. That was a good back air. Yeah, and this is definitely those times where you want to do the regular get up, like right here. And that might have been pretty close to the angle that would have like beat the regular get up, but you know, you should still go for it just to like see, like, if anything, to test your opponent. Let's see, is there anything else that happens here? Yeah, it's just, I mean, you should have gone for the back air, but like whatever. Sometimes you just sometimes it just happens where like you do the wrong aerial, or like you just have the wrong idea. But yeah, see, this guy definitely like knows about like he does not stay in shield at all, right? So like late aerials should like already be like out of your mind because he's doing laser forward tilt, which is really strong. And when you ever get hit by laser forward tilt, that should be a pretty good sign that like you are kind of always approaching after the laser, right? Like you're doing the same laser aerial timing, and this is definitely the time where you want to start doing the dash dances and the yeah, you want to start doing the dash dances here basically. Or like you can do laser, bait out the forward tilt, and like you might be able to like after the forward tilt, that's when you do a second approaching laser, and then you're close enough to get laser shine. I'm not really sure. I can't like. Yeah, right, exactly. That's when you definitely you just don't want to be too obvious and like do the same. If basically you just want to avoid doing laser approach, at least when you're this close. Because Sheiks definitely want to get this forward tilt a lot of times because I think he's about to get like up air on you or something. Yeah. So yeah, just laser like one dash back even is like a lot. It's good enough. You want to make them scared to like when they're like, oh shit, I actually have to respect like his option after laser because he's not just like going in at the same timing every time. Laser dash back. I think you can even do laser dash back aerial and then you'll be fine. Forward tilt doesn't have that much ending lag though, so you might not be able to do that. I'm not positive. I can't like really remember right now, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that just the idea of trying to avoid going in at the same timing over and over again is all you really need to do in this spot. Okay, I always like this positioning against people on the side platform. It's very strong. Right here, it's like super safe from pretty much anything she can do like immediately, you know, because she has like runoff, fast fall fair, and like as long as you're all the way over here, like she basically can't threaten you. And if she like tries to go full drift on you, then you can just grab her or like just whiff punish her in general, and you can react to her going to the top platforms, you know. And so this spot's definitely really good against her. You can even. It's even like okay to go like sit right here, like I said earlier, you know. So if she runs off, you can up tilt her. But this spot's a little bit more dangerous because if they're good at shield dropping or just dropping to a platform in general, then they have like also all of this threat range to work like you have to worry about. So definitely over here is the safest, and I would recommend this a lot in this matchup. It's good that you did that. Shine. Yeah, you just missed your dash. No big deal. Let's see. Okay, in Perfect World Melee where you can react to everything, you definitely would have wanted to get Shine here instead. It's a little bit sketchy too to like go for approaching laser and then dashing back with back air here. Like, let me try to see if, assuming that she didn't wave dash, because that's you probably didn't expect her to wave dash here. So like, this makes a little bit more sense if Sheik stayed in shield and like maybe you were trying to bait her into shield grabbing here. But even then, like doing the retreating back air is a little bit awkward. I would say this might just be like a matter of you need to recognize whenever like you get this kind of this money laser of like this laser is so good just because you get the shine like every time. And I just like can't really figure out why you did the retreating back air. Maybe you were just scared and like you just didn't expect to like her be so close to you, so you're just like kind of like I'm gonna back off, which it makes sense. And I always like feel hesitant to give advice of like, oh, just react better and like just do the shine every time, but it's definitely what you're supposed to do here. Yeah. But yeah, you just kind of have to be. It's almost something you'll probably just become more aware of the time. As long as you start like thinking about like, okay, like every single time, like if you maybe just do it a few times, where like you just do like intentional approaching laser shine, eventually it's just going to kind of become like second nature to you to always do the shine once it connects. But it is a it's a very short reaction, or small reaction. So like you shouldn't really blame yourself. But I very rarely think you would ever like go for like laser approaching laser back air. Like it just doesn't seem like it would cover too many options. Like even if she were to like beam shield there, just because like the hitbox like is a little bit too high versus a lot of the options she has here. Unless she would maybe fair instantly, but I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. Okay, good positioning again. You might want to. You might be able to get something off that if you know, like if you get the laser timing right, like you might be able to nair her here. If she's really ready, she can actually fair after the laser, and like you can't really get stuff off of it unless you're like in perfect position to like get like laser nair or like laser up tilt. Running. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I didn't actually see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm talking about before this though. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I think if you're really ready and you can react, I think you can almost always get like the nair here or like the instant fair. It's definitely safer to just like take the laser or like let her land and take the laser. But like in this position, you kind of do want to like push your advantage a little bit if you can. Like I always say, like if my opponent's on the side platforms, they're in a losing position. That's not always true, but like if you have good stage positioning and you are ready, like you can punish stuff like this a lot. But it's just a matter of being ready, and like you definitely want to shoot higher lasers if you are like reading the platform movement here, because they're just like hitting them higher up is like a little bit easier. Because like if anything, it just makes it a little bit harder for them to like be lazy about the fair they choose. Like if they get hit by a high laser and they do an instant fair, they'll actually be a little bit too high. But if you hit her with the low laser, then like she can kind of fair instantly. That's a really small and like insignificant thing. It's more so like doing the high laser just to like it's more lenient than like trying to time like the low laser, have her fall into it, because like instead of like giving her even an option to fast fall or no fast fall, you know. Plus, if you're in a super good position, you can do a high laser and the up tilt, and then she'll definitely be too high to like really threaten any hitbox. But yeah, anyway. This might be, again, another matter of just like, oh, just react perfectly. And like, always, just always nair her. And you said it was a running crouch shine grab. I see. Yeah, honestly, like, a lot of time, like, you can just go for straight laser grab. Like, there's definitely some merit to do laser shine grab instead, but, I think a lot of time, like, it's just okay to go for laser grab. Because sometimes, like, I guess it just depends on your opponent, because like I play against a lot of opponents who are starting to get way better at rolling out of the shine grab. So I need to learn how to just like skip the shine, even though shine grab is really good. Sometimes it's better to just go straight for laser grab, and it would have been a little bit easier than trying to rely on the crouch too. Yeah, because actually, so it's uniform. High lasers to beat the Fox full hop. I actually do high lasers before the full hop. Full hop, dang. I do lasers when they jump out of shield, or like if I do low laser, high laser basically, and that kind of beats them jumping out of shield against like a pro. Like if they're falling down on me with full hop, it's a little bit different to try to go to answer that with the high laser. Like you definitely can, but like if they're like above your head. Like, I guess this is kind of a close position too. If like they're above your head, shooting them with a high laser is really awkward because like you would have to do like full drift backwards laser. And I feel like more for full hopping, I'm just usually backing off and I'm like kind of trying to stay as far away from the full drift aerial as possible. Or like I'm trying to anti with back air up tilt or something. The high lasers to beat the jump is more so beforehand, which I do universally. Like especially like how we talked about how this guy seems to be jumping out of shield. This is someone you kind of could get away with by doing a low laser and then immediately shooting a high laser above them, because they'll jump into the laser and then you can get a shine off that. But yeah, it's like almost universal. The concept I was talking about with him, I think I assume we're talking about the same conversation. I was doing high lasers before the full hop, even start, or I guess like the start of the full hop. When they're coming down, it's a lot harder to get that laser, I would say. Or that's just more dependent on the character. Like if their drift is really good, or like if they're just above you, like straight above you, like where your beak is basically. Doing the full hop laser kind of sucks, kind of. But yeah. Anyway. And what probably happened here is you couldn't crouch because you were in dash. Because you started your laser right, like you started dashing here, and basically Falco's dash is really small, but like right here is when you could maybe, or no, like honestly it's more like right all the way over here where you can start crouching, because you can't crouch during initial dash. So yeah, you basically have to jump cancel grab here, or like you have to, or jump cancel shine grab, which is like way harder. So maybe that's even another reason why you should just focus on doing the laser grab instantly, as opposed to like trying to do the shine grab. Oh, you could have back aired, but oh well. Let's see. Yeah, it was just a matter. I don't think you expected him to jump or like throw a hitbox out, so it's okay. I've been hit by literally this exact, edge guard like a million fucking times. Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing this too. Honestly, this is probably just because like it's just such a fucking big ass nair. Like I wouldn't have expected to get hit by it either. On some perfect roll melee again, what's really strong once you like do the waveland on the platform specifically is like you can always drop through instantly. You don't have to worry about like shield dropping or anything too complicated. So right here, yeah, you can wait on the platform, but honestly, you can just drop through and shoot a laser instead too. Just because like dropping through like right here, like yeah, exactly, straight drop laser, because like right here, like doing the runoff, like that's way closer to where her threat range actually is, even if barely, because that nair like barely hits you. But yeah, straight drop through laser like that, because I always talk about how doing runoffs are like always very like what's the word? They're not scripted. They're just really whatever. It's really easy to hit someone doing a runoff because like the position they can go to after running off is just like it's so limited. But like what's really scary about platforms is like someone who can really like mess around with like which distance they're like actually gonna drop through, and like doing the drop through laser here, it's just like it's just like obviously much better. It's outside the range. Like he doesn't know that you're gonna drop through right here. Like, and if you're really like on some plop shit, like you could like dash backwards, shy drop, laser the other direction, like really like change up and shit. Oh, thanks for the follow algebra. But yeah, dropping through laser would have been like a little bit better. Obviously, is all I'm really saying. Did he have his back turn? Oh no. Okay. He turned. Wait, what? Did he turn around? He did. What the hell? He took the laser and then turned around down smash. Okay, that threw me off. Anyway. Yeah. I feel like when you're just this close, let me like make sure like I'm not. Yeah, when you're that close, you're pretty okay with doing shine here. Like you don't have to like worry about it. Like the dash dance, I always feel like is more so when you're like you want to really threaten like the approach timing, or like you want like, just threaten the approach in general, and like you don't really like this is maybe the distance what you would do like the cross up nair, like early nair. But I feel like you don't really have to dash dance here. I feel like the laser was close enough to where you can just immediately start shining. Like I know this position, like the local Sheik player in my state like always does the spot dodge because they're worried about the shot, the laser grab. So usually I just double shine here, yeah, and of course just like just double shine here every time. It's easy, and I definitely mess it up too. But that's usually because it's usually like the laser shine either connects or they spot dodge and the double shine connects, or they roll out and like whatever they rolled out. But yeah, the dash dance wasn't all that necessary here. And honestly, it's a little bit annoying that he did down smash specifically, because that's like he kind of used it to dodge under the nair. And if you just didn't do that option, you probably would have connected with the early nair. But yeah, uh, usually I would say dash dance. When you already have like an almost guaranteed like punish or like opening, you don't really need to start like your mix-ups there with like dash dancing and stuff. Did you waveland? That was really good waveland, I think. Right? Yeah, that was... Or you just actually drifted forward. Wave landing here is also really strong, but like, I mean, it covers the same thing. Like, they're expecting you to drop straight down with an aerial on the top platform, and like you do a really good drift. Like, barely miss, but like, I mean, that's fine. Whatever. I do remember this one. So after this down tilt, what you want to do for these lasers is you want to do instant double jump double laser right here, and you want to land on top platform. When top platform, the laser would look something like this. Basically, both of them are going to connect if you do it this way, if they don't jump, right? Instead of doing this one where the second laser basically doesn't do anything and the first laser like is just like really early, you do the double jump because it does delay the lasers, and also you're going to be higher up with both lasers, and like you have two lasers instead of one like that are going to be hitting him. And if the lasers do connect, you can do like the runoff like fair if they like really decide to just like not throw out any hitboxes. Which if you're this far away, a lot of the time they actually are like kind of scared and they just kind of want to like drift down and like, or they just don't expect you to like get anything off that sometimes. Or sometimes you can even just do like the double laser and you can kind of wait, and sometimes they will like be ready to throw out an immediate aerial as soon as they get hit by the lasers, and that way you can like let them throw out the aerial and then punish them whenever they land on the side platform. There's a lot you can do off those specific double lasers, but yeah, basically all it is right here, full hop, double jump about here, like right about this timing, and then the lasers, you should land on top platform, and then both lasers would be like right under her. And the lasers are just huge, so like they cover a lot. So the Sheik player will probably run into them if she doesn't double jump. And if she does double jump, then you're like even more in the money, because like now Sheik will double jump and she's like above you, and like you're in a really, really good spot at that point. But anyway, this is probably another personal preference thing. But usually when someone like lands the top platform and I'm under them, I don't usually go for like this, the full hop back air. I really do like threatening with up air instead, like, because look at where like her feet are just so exposed, and a lot of characters are like this. So sometimes it can be a little more lenient to just aim the up air below her, like right where her feet are. So because either what happens is they start shielding and they get poked, or like you did the up air fast enough to where it true punishes them. And it's just like a little bit less committal than going for the full hop back air per se. I'm not sure that's right. Use per se. It's a little bit safer, or less. It's just less committal. And sometimes the only thing that sucks is like up air is unsafe on shield. So if they're good shield droppers and you do hit the shield, then like they might just get the shield punish on you, or shield drop punish on you, which is like, oh well. I mean, that's like definitely one of the negatives. Like doing this full hop back air, like in the very least with good drifts like this, like you are like pretty safe from like any sort of like shield drop punish. But the thing that does suck, the punish you do have though is, or you do like get hit by, is they just shield drop and now they have center on, or at least they have the ground and now you're in the air, and like that's like not the best position in the world. Even though like she ended up in the corner and like it wasn't that bad, but it's just, I guess, again, like that's more of a personal preference. Like you can do up air, you can spam up tilt like sometimes, or just like crouch, like I said earlier, like you can just like spam crouch under her, and that way if she does shield drop and does like a shield drop back air, then you'll like kind of avoid the hitbox. You kind of up tilt her. It's only a little bit kind of weak if like they do like wave dash out, run off, maybe, like then you kind of end up being in the corner. But like if you're good on the timing, like if they do a run off air, you can shield grab, you can whiff punish it with grab. So it's kind of, there's a lot of stuff you can do here. I just personally don't really like the commitment of the full hop back air sometimes, but in the end it is pretty much preference, and you don't have to. There's nothing really wrong with doing it like this. Okay, at least a forward tilt. Again, this is just me saying like laser shine's a little bit better, like especially in this positioning. Like you don't want to do the forward tilt like right in front of her face like this ever. I usually use laser forward tilt if they're like holding shields in the corner. I'm just kind of trying to pressure her safely, especially if they're at high percent. Like you just want to push them off stage anyway. And this one actually might have been an up tilt or something. This might have not. This looks like kind of a weird forward tilt to do here. 1 second. Sorry, that was my Facebook. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. No, I don't want to play you there. Okay. But yeah, this forward tilt like it just doesn't really accomplish too much. Like you're not gonna get any true follow-ups. Like you could get a tech chase. But like it's kind of hard to get a tech chase versus like laser shine back air. Right. Yeah. That's definitely like a really big help. Is just like being able, and if you get really strong, like you can really start controlling your drifts too with the lasers, and like you can kind of decide like, okay, I am going to go for a full drift laser because I think I'm going to land right in front of their shield, versus like, okay, I'm going to do like a kind of smaller drift, like barely moving forward, staying outside the majority of their range type of stuff. And really, it could also just be like mapping out like the purpose of your moves. Like I said, I use forward tilt very much as like I want to use it as a spacing tool. I want to use it like I am poking you from all the way over here. You cannot punish me if I hit your shield, and you can like barely punish me if like you decide not to shield or like you jump over me, you know, or whatever. If you are going for a fast hitbox, like let's say you just like want to do an attacking move, for example, you don't want to use shine because like maybe you think shine's like a little bit hard to follow up on at this percent, which is true. And if they full DI away, it's kind of hard. You can do laser jab. I think laser jab is way stronger in this position, or like in this spacing right here. You can do laser jab back air, short hop back air. That's really good. You know, even laser jab. It's not the best on shield, but it's like not terrible either. It is really hard to react to sometimes, and sometimes you can do laser jab shine on shield, and like they'll get hit by it because they reacted too late to the jab. So when you're right in front of their face, like you want to do laser shine, laser grab, or sorry, laser shine or laser jab, and sometimes laser down tilt if they're at kill percents. But I can't even figure out when that true combos. So anyway, yeah. One thing I like here, you do this approaching laser as kind of like a threat, and you immediately, or I guess like kind of like a threat to them, like the tech in place or whatever, and then you immediately back off and cover this roll thing, or the roll spacing, but you commit to the second laser. And the issue, again, this is kind of talking about earlier, like the laser is like kind of eating up any opportunity you can to punish the laser, and a lot of time, like you can kind of just you approaching laser and just immediately dash back and hold down. By roll shine. Yeah. Actually, I kind of have an example of what I would like to see you do. Let me find it real quick. What the fuck? Yeah, I want... Where is it? God damn it. Where is it? Hello? Wait, did it get taken down or something? Hold on. I have like a perfect example of like one situation where I basically did something very similar to this. Here it is. Oh, he just didn't put us in the title. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, right here. So, what I do so I hit Justin with this like weird up air. This up air doesn't matter. He air dodges, and so like let's just pretend this is a tech chase situation instead. What I do is I approach, and then I immediately start dashing backwards, and I like just cover it with shine. I cover the roll with shine, just like almost as a hard read. I know. No, this is not. This is Magi the Falco. That's what that tech stands for. It doesn't mean anything else. But yeah, it's just the same idea where like I do the approach, or you know, if I did approaching laser, it's like the same thing. So I approach and then immediately dash back, cover the roll. I don't try to do like a backwards like jump approaching laser backwards approaching laser again, because like a backwards laser instead. So this way, like I have all my standing options. I can cover the roll, even if he doesn't roll. Like I'm still in a good position. By the way, I did this while I was intoxicated. That's how like ingrained. I felt so proud of myself whenever I like was able to do like this roll read, like even while this drunk. It was so funny. But yeah, this is so funny. Anyway, that's all I would say. Is like. just, you know, if you're like, you did the right position to cover the roll, but like you just committed to this laser. It's like all that's really it boils down to. When they're in the corner like that, like you might as well just be like in ready position to punish them. Did you get laser dare because he forward tilted? I guess. Yeah, I guess he was just trying to forward tilt you. Yeah, it's hard to get anything off that one. Yeah, that entire stock is really good. On that specific too, like Shine full hop on Battlefield, you know impact land onto the top platform, so that's how it's really easy to just get Shine, full hop, up tilt, and then you can get up air off that. Or like against Peach, what you can do is sometimes too is like if they're like at 90 to 100, you can get Shine full up to the top platform and then full hop again, and that's why you can actually reach them instead of like trying to Shine waveland to the top platform and then trying to get the up air, which takes a little bit more time. Anyway. I think I'm going to actually talk about that too, the Shine landing onto the top platform stuff later on, and I think it's this game. Let's rewind. Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. Like I always like full hopping and double jumping whenever they're invincible. Like, you know, it's really hard to challenge you. As long as they don't like snipe you jumping like way before you start full hopping. It's just kind of hard to shield drop laser. Like I have a hard time doing it myself. I don't know what I really would do here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've just been in this situation before. Like I try to, even if I don't shield drop like laser, sometimes I just fuck up the laser and like I just get hit by dash attack. Really, because dash attack would cover, like it goes under a lot of the laser heights anyway. So, it is just kind of like a shitty position to be in. I'm gonna see like what happens before the shield. Like you might just want to drift to the top platform, honestly. Like you might just want to like ignore like just being on this situation entirely on this platform. Or like you might, honestly something I would like kind of recommend is shield dropping and shielding immediately. It kind of sucks if they decide to like do like just like dash up grab on you in this spot, but like I don't know. I guess it is, again, it's talking about perfect world melee where you understand everything that's going on in your opponent's head at all times. Like if you just knew that, you know, he was gonna go for a dash attack here, like you might have wanted to just shield drop shield, but like it's just kind of a rough position to be in. Holding shield might honestly not be that big of that bad of an option here as well. It's just really hard to drop through with laser. Like if they call it out, like it sucks. Like even if he like reacted to you landing, but even if he didn't, like sometimes if he just like honestly they can just dash attack early and like hit you too. So it's just an awkward position because like dropping through with laser is strong because a lot of time they are gonna wait like. The laser would have connected if it did come out, because I didn't actually notice that like the dash attack wasn't until after you landed. And it is strong to laser specifically because people like to wait until you drop through a platform and do an aerial. That's like what most, you know, it's just like the good player thing to do is just wait out your opponent if they're on the platform. So dropping through a laser is strong, but like, again, it's just awkward because laser can be unsafe if they decide to approach early or whatever. Anyway, again, I would probably just recommend going top platform. Oh, that sucks. You just happened to land on top platform by accident. Okay. Ooh, after this downer, you could have got back here, I think. Yeah, back here. You might up tilt if you're perfect. But I like doing the back air because I think back air is really lenient, like because you're behind them. So if you do back air and they hold shield, like not that big of a deal. They can't punish you because you're like behind them. If it does connect, you can get like back air. It depends on the DI. Like you can sometimes get like back air, let's see. You can sometimes get back air shine, but it's probably gonna be like back air dash attack or back air like forward air or something crazy. It's just a little bit awkward because even if you do get up tilt right here, dash and grab are good. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, going straight into dash attack is also very strong. I think what ends up happening here is like this downer looks like you're reading a roll. Which is honestly fine. We actually talked about this exact same downer, except I was talking about cross-up nair and then doing the downer to like read a roll. But doing it like this is also okay. Like this, the idea of like realizing when you can't true combo off something and then just trying to read the next option is a really good, that's a good concept to know. But you still might have been able to just get like the straight up toe, the straight dash attack or whatever. Doing the grab especially, I actually really agree with that, just because like even if you're slow, like people hold shield after that down air like almost always, so like the grab is very reliable. It's either you true combo into it or they hold shield because you're late, and then you get the grab anyway. But yeah, anyway, I remember this when I was watching too, and I was like so perplexed. And he just really did like a short hop down air in that spot. It's very, very weird. Let's see this first down air though. What's this spacing? Seems like it would have worked if he stood still. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those, like, it's a good concept if they stay in shield. And, like, again, he seems to be someone who's, like, not really a shielder after lasers, so that's why, like, sometimes the dash dance stuff doesn't work. And I will say, at this percent, you probably don't want to catch people. You don't want to try to, like, if you're reading someone jumping out of shield like this, you probably don't really want to do down air. I always prefer nair just because, like, again, when I do early aerials, I'm specifically reading them jumping. And if they jump into my down air, like, it's only a little bit scary. I think Sheik's at high enough percent where Sheik will get knocked down, but, like, if they're not, then, like, you're going to run into the hit stun cancel issue with, like, they'll jump to the down air and then immediately land and then they can grab you. But this might be the techable percent, so that might not be a big deal. But still, it's just, like, getting the follow-up after this down air is like sometimes hard, especially tech away, like you just can't get anything. But if you get the nair, like sometimes, like especially if they're jumping, they're like probably like not holding like a good DI for combos. So I personally just prefer like to do like a nair in the spot or something like that. But anyway, even with like that concept, like we're ignoring that concept. Yeah, honestly, this counter, what it seems more like you're doing is you actually are targeting the forward tilt, which is like a lot better to do, and then it makes you forgive this downer way more, because if you're whiff punishing a forward tilt, then yeah, you actually would want to do downer here. So this might, yeah, okay, honestly, this might just be me being like a little bit like, again, focusing too hard on perfect melee. You got a little bit lucky because he ended up entering run, so that's why he couldn't get the grab. But he got this fucking downer instead. I still. It's like just perplexes me. It's like such a weird spot to get. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know what you meant. And again, there is definitely like merit to say like, oh, you can react a lot more, and if you are exposed to a situation, you could like be like ready enough to like see like, oh yeah, he didn't forward tilt, but it does happen really quickly, and like sometimes you just can't blame yourself, and like if it's a hard read on a specific option, like it's honestly like not that bad to like fuck it up. Like I think it's more important to like even be conscious enough to be like, okay, I am going to hard read specifically him doing a laser forward tilt. And I'm going to try to punish that option. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But it's still like a good concept to like to be able to just like think about that in the first place. Yeah, if anything, this kind of just gives you more information on like, okay, he started to do dash back after laser. I know that now it's safe for me to do a laser and then an approaching laser to punish him dashing backwards, right? It's more so like just having more information to you. Like honestly, he hasn't even like shown to you that he can dash back after lasers that much. So now you do know that option exists, like, especially when you're playing against him. But at the time, like you're still gathering information on your opponent. So like you couldn't have even known really that he was going to dash back here. So can't really blame yourself for like not being able to whiff punish the forward tilt, or rather not being able to react to him not forward tilting. Anyway, just gonna pretend that downer didn't happen, just so I don't have to think about the counterplay to it. Yeah, you might just want to do slightly lower lasers here. Like you could do lower lasers with lower drift forward, and they're like always, because basically the safest possible lasers in my experience, or I guess really in general, are just the ones that land like right here, right? If you're landing all the way over here, like you're just a lot more likely hit by a hitbox. Granted, you know, of course, double lasers aren't safe or whatever, but you can still try to make them as safe as possible. So just going really low with your initial jump and then doing the like lasers like basically at grounded height. You want one to be like kind of high because you don't want it to be like too low where like, you know, you can't just, they'll just fucking jump over it really easily. Or sometimes you can even read them jumping. If you're like, if you get to the ledge fast enough, you can like read them jumping and like do a really high laser on purpose. But yeah, I would say like if you are gonna double laser, try practicing to like landing as close to the ledge as possible. Because like if you would have, the down smash would have missed. Ooh. Yeah, here I think you want to do down air, down tilt or down smash here. I think is very strong. Yeah, it's just really hard to get like down air right here because you have to do a rising down air for the second down air, and obviously like you have to spend more time in the air and like you have less time. Like by the time you're gonna land, like let's see, you become actionable like about like right here, and so like now you have to wait for another 5 frames of jump or 4 frames of jump squat. Yeah, I mean the down smash like at this percent like at 40, like it wouldn't send them that far, but like it's definitely I would recommend doing it. But yeah, like doing the down air, trying to do a triple down air rather, just like it's just pushing because there's just not enough time for you to do it. Like by the time you're in the air, like he's all the way down here, like and the down air has startup frames too, so it's just like a bit pushing it. You could have done technically down air, down smash too, I think, right? Down air, down smash. Yeah, you could have also done it like this if you really wanted to, but yeah, usually you want to remove as many steps as possible, and you just want to go straight into it. Granted, there is also merit to do double down air into down smash too, because like it's higher percent down smash is a little bit further, you know, better situation, blah blah blah. But yeah. Anyway, good coverage of the roll. Like this time, you did the retreating laser again, but like this is a little bit early on startup, so you were able to cover the roll. But you know, personally, like I said, I usually don't even bother with this. If I'm positioning to cover the roll, I usually don't even bother with the laser, or I try not to do the laser. Sometimes I do, like you know, I usually at least wait a little bit. If they don't roll immediately, sometimes I do a laser like after that. But that's honestly not the best thing to do either, because like sometimes they don't act immediately, but they like wait and then they act, and like sometimes they can miss the roll punish. But anyway, I usually just don't even laser that time because they're already in the corner. Like they're kind of already in a situation. Like lasers are all about like initiating neutral. Like at least the way I'm starting to see it nowadays is like a laser is like, okay, you need to pick an option now, because I think it's very hard to play neutral with other characters because like you don't really get to like know when neutral is about to start. Like you're like, oh, like we're both in neutral position, but I don't know when your like approach timing is. I don't know when you're going to pick an option. I don't know when you're going to dash back, whatever. But with lasers, it's like I'm very obviously like after this laser, you have to pick an option because if you do nothing, then I'm going to like hit you for it. So that's why like usually it is a good idea to like spam lasers because like okay, now I'm in like full control of when neutral starts. But like whenever they land or like whenever they're stuck in the corner and they're about to start holding shield, they're kind of already in a neutral situation where they have to act. So you don't have to laser in that spot, or at least like, or it depends. Like if they're in shield, like you might want to shoot the laser bubbles so you jump into them. But whatever. Anyway, it's kind of my philosophy and like why you don't have to laser there. Besides that, down air shine not this percent. You probably can't. Yeah, down air just sounds like, or the shine just, if you want to get the shine, like, you do have to wait, like, a little bit longer. And like, even with this angle, like, it's hard, like, even if they DI in, like, to get the shine, you'd probably just prefer to up tilt or, like, back air here instead. Or down smash, even. That sucks, too. Right, exactly. Yeah, you accidentally did this weird nair, that's fine. Again, like, it's just me saying that like you can put on this platform, like you don't really have to go the full hop and like commit because again now he has initiative to shield drop and like start maintaining center, and now you're on the top platform, which is not a terrible position, but like I always prefer to be on the ground personally. If you're gonna like back off all the way over here, or okay, so obviously this shows to me like you're not stupid. Basically, you're not gonna like whenever you're on the top platform, you're not gonna blindly come down with down air. But something that you should think about and should threaten too at the same time is like, I talked about this earlier actually, but because people are waiting for you to be dumb and come down with down air, a lot of time they are going to be like staying outside of Hold on, let me rewind a little bit to like where you actually were. So like right here-ish, they're like kind of waiting for you to like come down like about this distance. I always usually highlight it like all the way down here, but like, you know, whatever. They're looking for you to come down there. And so what they're going to do is they're going to wait like around this range or like just outside like the threat range that is the top platform. And usually what you can do is you can punish people for like being like really far away from you by just like coming down with laser. You do need to make sure you're timing the laser right, for sure. Because, you know, you might end up in a situation like earlier where like you do the laser, but like the laser doesn't come out and then they just kind of hit you for it. And the reason why you always want to do the laser too is like eventually, yeah, it's art time. But eventually what we want to do is you want to make it to where they actually are like hard reading you coming down with laser, and they're going to end up trying to like hit you out of the air, like hit you like, because again, laser actually only is like a really small threat range when you're coming down from the top platform. Like it's one hitbox, and it's one dinky tiny hitbox that like goes like really far away if you like miss. But there's nothing really protecting you like where your body is when you come down with the laser. So you kind of want to sometimes encourage people to like try to punish you out of the air, and then if they try to punish you out of the air, like or punish your laser out of the air, you can go back to the dumb option and come down with down air because they're trying to hit you for doing the laser. So it's kind of like a small thing that like you might want to like kind of, you know, you want to put into your opponent's brain sometimes, like, yeah, I am going to come down with laser, and you have to punish me or you can't be lazy and just always stay outside of my range whenever I'm coming down, because if you do that, then I get my laser off. And then once they start approaching you, that's where you start coming down with down air and like, you know, getting some openings off that too. But anyway, I even brought this all up just because like if you're gonna like be all the way over here, you might as well come down with the laser. Like she's all the way over there, like she can't punish you, or she might be able to actually. She can close distance really fast. So if you miss the laser, you might have gotten hit. But anyway, I rewinded too far. Yeah, this actually, is she? Damn, she's fast. This might be a situation where I would shoot the high laser. Like, if you're really, this snare happens a lot quicker, I think. So I think you could, or sorry, it happens a lot slower. So I think once you're right here, like once they're full hopping, I think that's when you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna back air. Like you don't react to the nair, you react to the full hop instead. And it kind of sucks because like they might be able to double jump before the they might be able to double jump as you process the full hop, and like that might throw off your timing a little bit. But you know, in general, at least at this percent, like I would probably like autopilot. And yeah, I was gonna say like it seems like right here doing a full hop high laser would be really good. And that's something I had to learn too. And I have a really hard time fast falling my high lasers. Like it's really easy to do a high laser if you don't fast fall, but like you need to fast fall sometimes too. So, but yeah. It would be helpful if you did the higher laser here. It would have worked. But yeah, this is definitely one of those situations where like, so right here, I come down, I see the jump, and it sucks because like you committed to the laser. So it is, once you're in this position, you can't do the back air anymore. Or like you're like, because let's see, 1, 2, or okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. You probably could have back aired. Practicing laser heights? Not really. I just do a bunch of lasers. Like I would probably like just turn off the CPU if I can, and just try doing conscious low laser or high lasers or like mid lasers. You know, that I would say if you need help like how to do the different laser heights, it just all depends on when you press the B button. If you do the B button while you're like rising up, then you're going to shoot the high laser. And if you press the B button as you're at your apex, then you're going to shoot the lower laser. Which may sound kind of obvious, but that's what helped me, at least when I was like having a hard time doing the high lasers. So it might help out. Plus, like you might want to practice doing them with no fast falls to like even like really like emphasize when the B button matters, because the fast fall timing like does affect the laser height too. Because that means if you do like a delayed fast fall, like a laser at the apex of your jump might be like pretty high anyway, because you just don't fast fall. And if you like do a laser right before the apex and then you fast fall, it might be like pretty low. So you just kind of have to play around with it. Doesn't make this cool because you can try to shoot above the flow. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Dewey. I didn't think about that either. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, this is honestly probably why this nair works a lot more often. It's just because, like, right here, like, because look when you start out the laser, right? Like, you can't really blame yourself, like, oh, I start shooting the laser, like, as she jumped. Like, you probably didn't even see her in the air by the time you started the laser. Or, like, you were already thinking about laser before the jump even happened. So now you're here, and, like, now it's like, oh, it's harder to cover it. So dashing back, honestly, is, like, definitely not that big of a deal, and, like, this punish is fine. Like, you even landed behind her, too. Or, you might have kind of landed behind her. So it was, like, pretty safe. Like, it was good improv, but, like, of course, there's always, like, if you know what they're gonna do, this is what you should do option as well. Good. Yeah, that was good to hold down here. Yeah, you have to fast hold, too. Or you have to do the double jump. Yeah, good positioning. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, this just is good to stay right here, like, especially when you're front facing them and when Sheik is like, when Sheik hasn't already like shown, like, you put the nair out, like, you definitely don't really want to fuck with that area, because, like, that fair is way harder to beat unless you, like, beat her before the hitbox comes out, and even then sometimes they can get the trade-off anyway. So sitting right here, I definitely recommend it. And doing even this down air is, like, what's good about it too is, like, if she does the down smash immediately once she lands, then you'll be above it, and, like, it works against the down tilt. It would probably work against the down smash too. Down smash goes a little bit higher, so it might have not, but this was good positioning of the down air as well, so that's good. And yeah, wake up down. What are you gonna do? Oh, oops. He told me about using approaching laser too much. Made a lot of sense. He said that approaching laser only kind of beats holding shield and dash back, but I don't know how to approach without hard reading, so I don't know what to do. Right, yeah, that's definitely 100% true. Approaching laser is, those are exactly the two options that I try to read with approaching laser. It's always when they're standing still. Also, technically, I guess, how to approach without hard reading, so I don't know what to do. Honestly, I mean, whenever I approach, I'm also hard reading, right? Like, I think it might help is, like, you might just want to map out, like, more of, like, which option would you do if you're hard reading. Like, a neutral, it's weird to say that neutral is all about hard reads, but, like, that's kind of how I play. I always try to hard read an option. So maybe you should just map out, like, okay, if approaching laser is for holding shield and dashing back, what are the other options? Like, how am I going to beat, like, them doing a forward tilt, or how am I going to beat them doing an instant area or jumping out, right? Like, it's okay to hard read in neutral. You just need to, like, hard read, like, a lot of different options, and that's when paying attention to your opponent really does matter. Because I've been saying a lot. Right. It just depends on your opponent, right? Or approaching laser in this spot. Okay, let's see. Honestly, if you just did it fast enough, it would have been a little bit better. Let's see. I'm pretty sure you could have done it fast enough, right? Faster. Yeah, because the approaching laser in this situation, what you're trying to do is you want to get the laser out, like, as soon as they can act. Like, it's almost like a tech chase, and you want to get laser shine. But, like, you're just slow. Like, I don't think the approaching laser was necessarily that bad here. It was just a little slow, is all it really was. So I don't think it's really, like, you, like, doing neutral wrong necessarily. It was basically just a missed tech chase. Yeah, but the dash back was like, yeah. I mean, that really was what probably delayed it the most. But doing the dash back probably also was to try to cover them tech rolling in. So it just sometimes, like, you do kind of have to concede. Like, I guess what I would say is, like, down air connects, I dash back to cover the roll, and maybe, like, once you're all the way over here, like, you kind of have to concede, like, okay, I actually might not be able to punish him for doing the regular getup anymore. But you might have been able to, honestly. It was kind of, okay, maybe not. Because the reason why you definitely almost certainly couldn't have is because the down smash is actually invincible. I think the leg is, specifically. So that's why it actually went through. But yeah, I mean, that kind of, maybe that's like really the real like thing to say about situations. Like once you're all, yes, it is invincible. Isn't that stupid? But once you're all the way over here, let's see if actually I'll try to pull up the hitbox. Melee, Sheik, down, smash, hitbox. Oh, Smashboards load so slowly. That's back air, dash attack, Where is it? Forward smash, jab, nair, up air, or that was up B. God, these are like not in order. This is so annoying. There it is. Bam, found it. See that first frame right here, or that fifth frame, I guess. That's all invincible, baby. So yeah, that's probably what actually ended up like fucking you over. The more you know. But yeah, like I said, like it's probably just like, oh, you committed, like you're too far away now. Like it's really hard to get this this laser. And if it makes you feel any better, I've done this literally the exact same laser on Sheik's Get Up, and I've gotten hit by this exact down smash. Like it's definitely not like a, it's not scrubby or anything. It just like it just happens. It's better. I guess now you're better informed. Anyway, yeah, this drift was not what you want to do. Yeah, this early back air, it's better to always drift away. Like you might as well. Like even if you drift away and it connects, like you want to. I guess if you want to get the shine off the back air, like you do want to drift in, but like that's really risky. Yeah, as long as you drift away, like that's all. It becomes a lot safer. But like it's honestly it's easy to autopilot this specific back air, so nothing to be that ashamed of. But it probably just it really is just like it could even be muscle memory of like you because it works on a lot of people. If they jump in after the shine, like you get the back air into shine, so like you do have to drift in if you want to get the shine. So if anything, it's like a read. Sometimes you can even just like tell yourself like, you know what, I was hard reading him jumping. He didn't jump. Oh well, I got grabbed. And that's all it really is. A lot of time they're not like just scrubby like mindless habits. They're kind of like hard reads in themselves. So it is safer. It is certainly safer to drift away there instead. But yeah, it's whatever. Okay, connected. Yeah, this is exactly why like. That back here again for me? Are you talking about the shield grab? Like this back here? Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about I guess I could talk a little bit about the invincibility too. Like, yeah, doing this double jump back air to like cover people jumping. I guess honestly, Dewey does bring up like a good idea here. I actually do like when you're trying to be covering like invincible options. What I like to do personally is first off, I come down with a laser just because like I'm a lazy Falco, a grounded laser, and then I usually just like kind of in the end of invincibility I want to have center stage. Like it's usually like one of the best rewards you can get out of your invincibility, besides like hitting them obviously. So a lot of time you can shoot a laser down here. Sheik, again, a lot of time they're just going to go to the side platform if they're like stuck in the corner and I'm in center stage. And so you can kind of like immediately position yourself like, okay, I'm ready for them to cover, or I'm ready to cover them like running off with like an aerial if they're coming from the side platform. A lot of time they just kind of escape to the top platform too. And that's when I start doing the back airs. Like I kind of wait until they actually get in that position instead of doing the back air like right now. But sometimes you do have to do the preemptive back air if you really want to just hard read them. Like, okay, they're going to jump right now. I know they are. And sometimes that'll just kill them, and that's really good. But you also do have to like worry about the people who are like trying to like get you to jump. And sometimes what they're going to do is they're going to bait you. And then they're going to do exactly this. They're going to like, yeah, I think a lot of people do. but yeah, what they want you to do is they want you to do this double jump back air so they can run under you. And so basically I kind of juggle two options in particular. I juggle me going high and covering them going high, and I cover them dashing through me, and I cover them dashing through me with an in place down air. So basically, if they like want to play that game and they want to try to dash through me, I'll just threaten the hitbox, because a lot of people do not like threaten them, like do not punish people for like letting them dash through them, because like again they're focusing a little bit too hard on them either standing still or them jumping, and they don't like remember like, oh, they can also dash through you too. So like doing a down air in place while you're invincible, like to catch them dashing in, is like, you know, it's not that committal. Like you can even do fade back if you're really, really worried that you're about to run out of invincibility and they might punish you for whiffing that down air. But really, like doing the down air in place, cover them dashing in, and then even if they don't dash in, then they jump to the court or they jump to the side platforms, like whatever. Now they're in the side platforms, and now you still have center. So that's just usually what I like to think about. Is like in the end, I either want to punish them or I want to have center stage. But yeah, you are right. It's like the small drift from the tech rolls. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. Let's see. How far away were you when you went here? You might not have to have gone to the side platform. Like going to the side platform, it's not that big of a deal. Like it's just kind of a decision. Now you have different options. You probably still want to do like the back air like this, but this is more so like if you are in your opponent's head and you kind of like if you knew that what the Sheik player was looking for right here is looking for you to run off, then this is kind of like, it's almost like the same thing that we talked about with the full hop back air, right? If Sheik is looking, if Sheik is on the side platform and you do the full hop back air, then they immediately just shield drop through and they just like they go to the ground before you do, right? And if you knew that Sheik was gonna like only do like this aerials that were to cover you running off, then you can kind of do the same thing back to her, where like you're on the side platform, you see them commit to the full hop shit, and then you like drop through. Okay, it seems like a cross up. You see him shoot with Nair, then shine. If you're crossing up, the up tilt like behind the shield doesn't really matter. Like you're not gonna get punished for it. It loses in the sense that it doesn't connect, but like it doesn't lose. Like up tilting someone's shield behind them is like kind of, it's like almost an unwinnable situation for them. They can bear the shield, but so if you're up tilting behind, like if you're usually if you're up tilting behind them and like you're in front of their face, like Sheik can't really like she'll do like maybe the dinky hitbox of bear, but like it's not that big of a deal if it connects. And like you're probably gonna trade. Like honestly, I don't like, you might be a little bit more scared of like the narrative shield, but again, like that narrative hitbox is like kind of small, so I don't know. Like up tilting behind someone's shield is like can like smack me for the up tilt. Yeah, but Peach's bear hitbox is a lot better. I would say that's kind of like a little bit different. But even then, like her jump squat is so slow. I don't know. It might be wrong for me to say that like holding shield, like up tilt behind someone's shield, is like broken, like unbeatable, like whatever. But I think it's really strong. Still, like I against like, okay, I know one character that you should have to do it a lot against is Falcon, because if you try to do cross up Nair shine and they do if they jump out with down air, since they scrunch up for the down air hit animation, they completely avoid the shine. But if you do up tilt there, then like they'll always get hit by it. But that's kind of like a different scenario. That's kind of talking about something else. So whatever. I know against Falcon specifically, I've heard from my experience, up tilting behind the shield is pretty good. But I also haven't played against the crazy high level Falcons yet, so you know I could need to be exposed to that style a little more. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, all I'm saying here is like if you, I think this back air like it only kind of beats them for like trying to do a fair like right where you are, and I feel like a lot of Sheik players aren't gonna really try to challenge it right here, or it just depends. Like if you just knew, again, you're gonna go to shine, probably not. It's like right when school starts for me, so like I probably can't go. Um, I was looking into Super Smash Con flights and hotels and shit, but it's probably gonna be really rough for me to go to that too. I'm basically like kind of screwed because I can't go to Low Tier City next week. Like a lot of tournaments are like, a lot of them are either like a little bit too far, or like it's a little bit too last second, or like it's happening during school. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll try my best to attend something, but you know, it might be a little while, unfortunately. But yeah. So again, like it's just like right here, he was like more so looking for you to run off. So in that sense, you kind of do just kind of want to like drop through the platform, maintain center, or like just get to the ground like as your punish, I guess. Instead of like going for this back air, which like doesn't really do anything, kind of just like ends in this awkward situation where like both of you are on the platforms now. I think still right here, usually my go-to is just get to the ground immediately. Like just like fuck it, like whatever. Like worry. I don't really want to like hard read too many like. Or I guess you could like try to straw hop fair Sheik from here, but like I don't know. That might end up really badly if they shield and like shield drop fair you if you like cross them up or whatever. Anyway. Holy shit, it worked. Alright, never mind. Ignore everything I just said. Okay, but here, what ends up happening is you just got the ledge a little bit late. If you grab the ledge at this timing, you have to ledge dash, I think, a lot of the time in order to get the true punish. Because, like, yeah, doing it like this, like, unless they were to land right here where you can do the cross-up down air or, like, the cross-up back air to hit them, if they land on the platform, like, doing it like this takes too long. Doing a regular get-up takes too long. Doing the roll takes too long. So you basically have to ledge dash, I think, in order to get a back air here, or to hit them. Or, okay, actually, I think... Hold on. Okay, if you're on some crazy shit, you can actually let go of ledge and then full drift forward and no impact land on the side platform. And then you can hit them. But you might accidentally push them off. Because like you land really close to the ledge of the... Whenever you do it like that, like you do kind of land close to the ledge of it. That's a 3-frame window. And it's like very specific. And you might need a little bit more time. And again, like if they land like right next to the ledge, you might not be able to do it because you might accidentally push them off. But it's an option. I think ledge dashing is going to be way more consistent and definitely more like... It's going to be more common and like more useful, I guess. Practical is the word I'm looking for. But it just like, if you grab the ledge at this timing, because again, you have to wait for the 7 frames to go by, like after you grab the ledge. I think if you're perfect, yes. If you land, because it's a no impact land, so you're actionable immediately. So you should be able to, yeah. Unless they're like so ready and they like fast fall after they get pushed off, which is I think is very unlikely. So yeah, if you do the crazy no impact land on the side platform thing, like, then you probably could down smash them, yeah. But yeah, I would say it's a lot better. Like if you recognize that like you're grabbing the ledge for the first time, like right when they're about to poof, or like even almost at the same time as the poof, then you have to ledge dash back here in order to reach. Way, yeah, I remember seeing this too. You have to nair. It's like you just have to kind of. This is just being aware of the hitbox and like doing a double jump nair would have connected, but you know, whatever. And if you're really ready, once you're here, you land on the side platform, you can kind of react to them doing the full or the ledge hop fair, and then do the shy drop here instead. Or the shy drop, all it is like if you do a shield drop motion during a dash animation, you can't spot dodge, so you always are going to shield drop. So that's a really useful tech, and especially in situations like this where like you want to do, it's called the shy drop. Is if you want to look more into it. Specifically for situations like this, it's really useful. Instead of having to go all the way off the platform, or like you have to, or being scared that you're going to miss the shield drop input, like the shy drop input works on every controller, like regardless of like whatever, like with UCF or not, or with shield drop notches or not. But yeah, that's if you had that available to you, definitely want to do shy drop here, back air, and then they're dead. That sucks. It sucks. It happens. Just misjudge spacing a little tiny bit. Oh damn, we've been at this for over an hour already. Yeah, I've been there too. I've actually like literally like at CEO, I fucked up and like didn't like punish Zelda correctly. Like I shot her with lasers as she was transforming, and then she instantly transformed into Sheik. So technically, you're supposed to down tilt or like forward smash or like whatever. You got to kill anyway. Doesn't matter. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, I did want to talk about this specific shine. So, shine on shield in the air. What you want to do, like the reason why you don't really want to do it this low is specifically, I mean, it happens is because you have to double jump and you have to like commit to like basically going straight down. Like you cannot land on the top platform. If you want to shine someone's shield in the air, you should always aim high enough to where you can always double jump to the top platform. That's like usually my like measure for it, because if you do shine here and you wave land to the top platform or the side platform here, you're going to be in a lot of lag, and I'm pretty sure you can be punishable by Fear Out of Shield, or even if you don't wave land to the side platform, like you would have to wave land backwards, like kind of be safe, but now you're kind of in the corner and like it's like an awkward position, versus like. It's basically what we talked about earlier on, like, you know how I said, like, oh, on Battlefield, if you do shine, full hop, you no impact on the top platform, you won't, like, no impact land to the top platform here, but you'll still get to the top platform really quickly if you aim the shine on top of it, like near the head, I guess, of the shield, and that way you can, like, go to the top platform, really safe, basically nothing can punish you, and if she jumps, like, if she does a full hop out, then you can, like, fall down with back air and, like, actually punish her, too. And if you were to try to like full hop to the side platform here, or I guess double jump, not full hop, after the shine, then again, like it's kind of the same as wave landing in place, where like it takes a long time and like you might still get hit by a move. Though if you're I guess like if you're still in the double jump animation, you can kind of threaten a hitbox too. But like if you guess wrong and like they kind of hard read you, like doing a hitbox as you're landing, they can hit you. I just like holding. If you're doing the shine, you want to do it higher because you have more escape options. Is basically it. Instead of having to commit to this down air and then you get grabbed. Like this is the exact thing you want to avoid. As opposed to like, let's say you were able to go to the top platform and then like you wouldn't have to do this down air. Actually, we'll be right back. I need to get some water. Damn, I'm dropping a lot of friends all of a sudden. Hopefully it's not too bad. The next 2 bits. Anyway. Tech chasing, tech chasing, tech chasing. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really hard to be aware of stupid needles like that like fuck with your shield pressure. And yeah, this downer, it's really hard to get like, okay, because I actually tested this out last night too, just to make sure. So like, so it's possible to do a drift forward down air that's safe, like it has like safe enough spacing on Sheik's shield where like she can't shield grab you, but not when the shield's this tiny. That's basically what happened here. Is like, if you were to try to like do a space down there, then like it's just a little bit too hard on this one. What you want to do, if you can kind of stop yourself from being panicky just for a second and do this wake up aerial, you can do drift in place or like do the tiniest drift forward, tipper in air, and you would stay outside the shield grab range. And I understand like you basically in this moment you're probably just like, ah, fuck, I need to do this down air because I want to catch them dashing in, and like sometimes they hold shield and sometimes you just get shield grabbed, and that happens. But if you can stop yourself and kind of improv at the last second, there is a way to kind of make this aerial like kind of safe, as long as, because it's hard to like, if you're drifting away, it's super duper easy to be outside the range of the shield grab, but because you have to drift forward, it's a lot harder. You basically just have to have like a really, really precise drift where like you're barely drifting forward. But again, it's because the shield's so small. You are right. Yeah. It definitely would lose to the ASA, assuming that it connects, right? But if you're doing the aerial where like you're spacing outside the shield anyway, if they don't shield, like they actually just don't get hit by anything, because like the perfect spaced aerial shield is not close enough to actually hit the opponent. As funny as that may sound, it's almost like a hard read on the shield actually. But I understand this down there is more so trying to catch them dashing in. So again, you're probably aiming towards them. So like, you know, that's probably just what happened. And you're probably right. You just got panicky like his last stock. Like, you know, it happens to the best of us. Let's see here. Yeah, again, like you're spot dodging, wake up, holding shield, rolling. It's all the signs of panic. Honestly, this first roll was fine. It was just it's because you shine afterwards that like you end up getting hit. Yeah, and this is when the falling down laser can be dangerous. This is where it's important. This is a really important laser to get down. Is the falling laser and getting it like ground level. Because again, it would have connected, but because it went under, you know. And actually, the Sheik player dashed or did the dash attack early. So even if you did the lowest laser, you might have gotten hit anyway. But again, this is kind of going back to the discussion of like, okay, if you can kind of like really like convince them that you're going to come down with laser, downer would have worked in this situation. I'm pretty sure, right? Let me rewind to make sure that I'm not crazy. Okay, never mind. It was kind of close. Yeah, I don't know though. I guess. Man, it's just because she goes so low. She can cover like both options almost. That's cheap. You would have to do no fast fall down air in order for her to get hit by it. That sucks. Yeah, I guess the one thing I could really recommend is like doing a drift away down air maybe, but like that's also pretty punishable. Yeah, I mean, the answer definitely more so is if you're on the top platform, don't come down. Like, you know, you don't feel so pressured. You probably want to go with the right platform actually. Like you don't want to be so pressured to come down specifically in the situation because that's what Sheik is looking for. But damn it, it's just because she goes so low when she dashes and she does the dash attack and when she wave dashes. So it is so it's just so annoying because this situation should work basically. Like you're not even that wrong for doing this laser. If you did it lower, it should have connected technically, but it's because it's Sheik. Yeah, I guess if you did okay, you could do drift forward down air too if you're like hard reading. Yeah, full drift forward down air might have hit if you do no fast fall, but like that's real specific. I don't know, it sucks. The situation just sucks in general. You probably should just avoid coming down, or like a decent method too would be like, I don't know why I forgot to talk about this too, is that you drop through and then you like waveland back to the top platform and then you drop through. So like you basically like kind of you make them react to the first fall through and then sometimes they'll dash attack because they're like being lazy or like they just didn't react in time. And then you come down with a second downer to punish the dash attack. But you know it's available to you. Again, like it might just be safer to just go to the platforms and just say fuck it, like whatever. I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, this is the one you definitely got to be very careful about. Like, so right here, like this is probably the most limited area that Falco can attack from in the game. It's when they're coming down and they only have this little spot. Technically, in reality, the real drift is something like this. But okay, that's a little bit extreme. But because it's so like annoying to like, so basically you can totally hold down and fall through the platform, and then do the aerial. But it's just so like it's just kind of annoying and hard to do that. That like a lot of the time like we're just kind of instinctively just gonna be lazy and just limit ourselves to the option that's like, well, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna fall through this area where I don't have to worry about holding down, right? Because even on this drift, like if you try to hold down and then do the aerial, there's like barely any time. It's a really strict timing, especially if you fast fall. So like a lot of the time Falcon players are just like, all right, I'm just gonna fall down here. I'm gonna hope it hits, and we're gonna hope for the best. But like, it's so easy. Like, all of this area becomes like so safe to like stay in and punish Falcon coming down. So you just have to be a little bit careful, like not autopilot. And this is definitely one of those moments you probably do want to like just land on the platform if you can. Like it's awkward because like if they're ready, they can kind of shark you for coming down like on landing on the side platform. But it just kind of it is kind of a pick your poison moment where like you either go through this really obvious area that's really easy to punish, or like you potentially like do get punished for landing on the top platform. But it's kind of how Melee is. It is kind of a bunch of guessing games almost. Guessing game sounds it's a bit weird to say like that. It's more like it's risk reward, whatever. Anyway, that's why he was able to just like almost mindlessly be out of position, or be just like stay in this position that punished you for coming out this time. Anyway, yeah, you might. This situation sucks basically. Like if you shield drop at all, like Sheik really does like kind of fuck you up for it. Like you can shield drop fair. That might have been able to beat the fair first. It's really hard, and like realistically, like you probably just have to stay in shield there and just kind of like hope that like she'll concede the situation and she'll try to read a different option and then maybe you can escape. But like it's just a shitty situation to be in, basically. Especially because I think that first fair was drift back, huh? Let's see. Yeah, like that drift too is really hard to punish. Like. You might like because your fair does come out really fast, so you might if you did the immediate fair, you might have been able to hit them before the Sheik fair came out, but like it would be really close, and like if you trade, you just die too. So I would definitely recommend threatening the fair hitbox as opposed to the laser hitbox, though. That's for sure. The laser just doesn't really cover that much. All right, took us an hour and a half to get through game 1. That's how I like to do it. But luckily, I already know, yeah, he goes Marth. This is actually a matchup that I'm way more familiar with compared to Falco Sheik. Because I play Marth like literally every week, and I've played like against Marth for like almost like every day in the past fucking 4 years, so. It's definitely the one that I have the most ideas for, especially on Yoshi's, so. Alright. Again, double laser. I like doing it. It's pretty strong. It would have worked. Just saying. Okay, and I remember what happens here too. He kind of baits you immediately. You definitely do. It is a pretty good opportunity to whenever like Marth is landing to like that's when you start the laser approach. But you do have to be careful. And again, especially Marth and Sheik both have this fucking pretty threatening range when they're on the side platforms of like run off and then the fair hitbox as well. Like it goes pretty far, so like this is your safe zone right here, like right around here, like maybe a little bit further back because like the fair hitbox I might be underestimating it. So you really do have to be careful about this. I guess I call this the black zone, where like you are in danger of like the fucking you are in danger if you're in this area, right? So you stay outside of it, you do a good job, and then he kind of baits you, like he looks like he's about to land, so you do the approaching laser, and now you're in the black zone, right? And so when you're in this position where like because you dash back, I think you realize like, oh shit, like he went to the side platform, now I'm in danger. You did dash back, but you do have to remember that Falco is really fucking slow, and so you can't really dash back outside this range. Like once you're like here. Like, you're really not even, like, if you start here, like, you might barely be able to escape. But, like, the sword's just so big that, like, you might be fucked. You probably just have to shield in this spot. You have to shield or hold down and just, like, you just have to accept the fact that, like, you're in the zone, you're about to get hit, you need to concede, like, you can't run away from it now. You're just too close. Or, let's see, you might have, technically, an option I haven't, like, explored too much. You could also be right here. You could have, if you dashed, like, because you started right here. So, like, if you dashed towards him, you could have been under him, which is a really strong position, technically. Like, landing, like, straight behind him. Because, like, a lot of time they're not going to really run off and down air here. So, like, you could also, like, run towards him and, like, hold down and shine. That way, like, even if he does throw out the dare hitbox, like, if he gets a soft spot, you get the shine off anyway. But, yeah, the point is, like, once you're here, like, you have to concede the fact that you're within this range. You have to shield. You have to, like, hold down. You have to just commit to it. You can't, like, dash away at this point. You just don't have enough time. If you were Marth, you might be able to, because, like, Marth actually is fast. But yeah. Anyway, I guess it's a little bit personal preference thing. Whenever I get hit by this fair, I usually dash away. Because I feel like a lot of time Marth players like to do, like, grab, or, like, he does up tilt here. And so usually I dash away, and that way I can kind of, I can avoid grab hitboxes. I can avoid, like, him trying to, like, do weird, like, I don't know, jab, or, like, I can avoid a lot of hitboxes by doing that. And if I dash back, I can also react to him missing up tilt like this, and I can sometimes come back and, like, hit him with, like, a nair or down air or something. If you were to dash back, you would be pretty far away, though, so I could be wrong about being able to whiff punish the up tilt. Like, that'd be more so maybe, like, I'm dashing back, I'm letting him throw out the up tilt, and then I'm going to read him, I'm going to, like, read the next option he's going to do. So, like, maybe after the up tilt, he might dash back, he might hold shield, he might do an instant fair, you know, there's lots of things, but doing the laser this close is just, like, a little bit sketchy. And especially since the laser didn't even come out, so, yeah. Anyway. And here you want to be careful about the approaching laser whenever Marth's up in the air like this, like, and it is, this situation is like, it's like interestingly polarizing, like, because, like, if he does full drift forward and fair, like, he, like, reaches all the way over here, like, you barely have any stage left, so you kind of have to respect it a little bit. Okay, actually that's a little bit extreme, but maybe not even. Like, Marth's drift is so strong, so it might look something like, man, I can't really get the good. Okay, I'm committed to saying it's something like this, and the fair range is like this. So, like, it is really hard to, like, really do a good job spacing outside the range, because you basically kind of have to guess the drift. You have to guess two things. You have to guess the drift, and you have to guess the aerial timing too. Because if you're on point, so let's just, like, play out the scenario that actually happened. So he does drift back fair, and he does drift back early fair. So this is specifically to beat the, like, you doing an aerial, you doing approaching laser, or something like that. And so if you're on point, you could have been outside the range of it, like, right here, right? So, like, you could have known, like, this entire safe zone basically is safe, right? And you could have, like, if you avoid the fair, you can always grab, like, 100%, like, it's whiff punishable. But it's just hard because, like, again, like, you have to worry about this entire drift, and, like, reacting to the drift is really, really, really hard. Like, there's hardly any time. Like, I would say it's within 5 frames is, like, when, like, drift starts, like, really happening, right? So you just have to be, like, so on point, and, like, you almost have to hard read, like, okay, again, like, if you're inside your opponent's head, you're like, okay, I think he's about to come down with an early fair because he's reading me doing an aerial, so I'm going to safely dash, or, like, I'm going to hold crouch, like, right around here, right? And then, you know, maybe, and that's when you would get a whiff punish. And if you can, like, really get on point and, like, really start punishing Marth for, like doing these type of aerials, like, that's, like, really, really strong, and you can, like, that's where a lot of, like, good openings happen. It's like you get grab, up throw, like, fair, up throw, up air, like, up throw, like, even fucking shine sometimes, depending on their DI. But I would say, like, that's, like, a big part of this matchup is, like, being able to, like, punish the drifts. And, like, doing the high lasers help, like, let's say all the way back here, like, in the apex of the jump, like, you could have like, if you were ready, like, you could high laser right here, but, like, they can also instant fair afterwards, and, like, it's not the best thing. But yeah, I think the way that Falco really wins this matchup is when you can really, like, show your opponent that being in the air against you is a bad position. Like, if you can do a really good job spacing outside the fairs, like, doing a good job reading the drifts, like, on drift back, being able to punish it, like, that's when this matchup becomes so easy. But it's hard, because, like, again, you have to worry about all these different drifts, you have to worry about these drift timing, or the aerial timings, and it can get really, like, fishy, or, like, it can get really difficult. But I will say that a lot of time doing the approaching laser here is, like, really weak. Just because, like, again, like, the range of, or what the laser threatens here is, like, so small. But But obviously, like if you get fair at any point, like if you like let's say you trade, right? It's like you're trading a laser with fair, and then they fair you again because the laser canceled the fair animation, right? So it's not the best time to do the laser for sure. I would say it's better if you want to do the laser at any point during this. You want to like dash dance, wait till they land, and that's when you start the laser. Or like when they're like really far away, maybe like after they did the aerial at all, like that's when you start doing the laser. But even then, it's kind of dangerous because if you start the laser right as they land, they can sometimes do a second fair to punish you, especially if you do a forward drift laser. So I would say the super safe option to do here, once you're here, is to do just an in-place laser. That would be outside the range of a lot of stuff. They would have to drift really, really far in for you to like be punished for doing that laser. And the thing that sucks though is like you can't really get much off that laser, but like it's kind of just about like the situation is kind of hard at all. So like getting any sort of win is like nice. So doing the in-place laser is probably safe. It just again sucks because like full drift forward fair does beat it, and now you got fair in the corner, and that could be really dangerous. But anyway, why do I have notification? Oh, fuck you. Fucking Discord. Anyway, yeah. But I will say this drift in this situation is very important, and being grounded here, I would say, is very, very strong. And like dash dancing, trying to stay outside the range of that fair and the drifts and shit. Anyway, it's a long discussion about that. He like STI'd the laser to get out, huh? I think. Yeah, barely. That sucks. Back here, yeah. Again, here's another situation where punishing people drifting the ledge is very important. Back here, like going right here, wave dashing towards this direction, and then starting to do the forward tilt. You can do jab, down smash. You can do... really, the goal in the end is to put them far away enough to where you can grab the ledge safely, right? Because you want to put them in a position... Word. You want to be in a position to where they can't drift to the ledge anymore, right? So like, again, what I like to do is I like doing upward angle forward tilt and then a downward angle forward tilt, because a lot of time they don't fair you after the first forward tilt. So you can do like forward tilt, and then you can grab the ledge, because they have to double jump to grab the ledge at that point, usually. And that way, and if you grab the ledge and they have to double jump, now you have two options where like, if they side B, you back air them. If they double jump, you back air them. If they do the double jump under you to like grab the ledge, that's a lot harder to back air. You have to do like a really low rising back air to hit it. But even then, if any of those three situations happen, they die, basically. Okay, they maybe not die, but like, now they're like really far off stage with that double jump, and now the edge guard becomes way, way easier, right? As long as you time your invincibility right. That's what all the situation is, especially with edge guarding Marth. It's all about timing the invincibility right, grabbing the ledge early, so if they do like a fair towards you, you can always punish it. Grabbing the ledge just but you want to grab the ledge, and it's a tight, kind of a tight spacing, because you want to grab the ledge early enough to where you can act if they were to like get close to you, but you also want to grab it late enough to where you're going to be invincible whenever they pick an option. So the timing is kind of delicate, but that's why you want to set up situations like this, where if they're drifting towards a ledge, you can forward tilt them. Okay, they're far away enough. I'm gonna grab the ledge now. Like, you have to grab it fast too. Like, you can either do like the turnaround, like wave dash backwards, fast fall grab ledge, or I think you can kind of just jump backwards and grab ledge, and you'll be fine too. But yeah, that's definitely where a lot of the money is in this matchup, and that's where you can get like the gimps basically at Marth. Anyway, yeah, again here this is just like laser late aerial. Right, and like he hasn't really shown that he's going to be holding shield after the lasers for like too long. So again, another situation where like, especially if you're doing the dash dance, right? Because the dash dance is to encourage them to jump a lot of the time. Like, there are some people who are going to be like so scared of like Falco dash dancing that they will hold shield the entire time. But a lot of the time, I would say that you're going to have a lot more luck just like dash dancing a little bit, okay, and then do an early nair because they're going to jump out of shield. And I would say in this situation, like once they're in shield, like you don't really want to do the late down air, because late down air is like has less like plus frames on shield, and and like if they jump into it, it kind of it's not the best. Like at this percent, especially, like it's gonna happen where they're gonna get the hit stun cancel shit, and they'll basically grab you for doing the down air, or they'll get to hold shield immediately. But doing nair is like if you do want to commit to the nair, like doing the late nair is a lot better because it's plus on shield, and if they jump into it, then like you get you don't have to worry about them like hitting the ground immediately. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, and that's all that happens. You do a late dare, it overshoots. He gets out. He gets the back air on you. You do have to be really careful about doing this in double jump. I'm sure you've been gimped plenty of times where I don't really have to say this, but you know, it is a lot safer to just like practice the double jump sweet spot. It is really, really important. And yeah, sometimes this is kind of the awkward situation whenever Marth fares your shield. You know, he can like you want to act out because like if he grabs you, like you know you might be able to down air him, but like if he does up tilt here, then it beats you for jumping. But if you shield the up tilt, then you can grab him back. So like it's just kind of a 50-50-ish area. I would recommend most of the time whenever the Marth fares your shield the first time in a set, it's usually pretty safe to hold shield. I feel like a lot of time they don't really like immediately go for a fair grab like that. And obviously like it depends. Like it could happen. You know, maybe that's just like the type of Marth that he is, that he will just go for a fair grab. But it just depends. Yeah, this double jump was very, very early. I think you were close enough to where you could have just drifted to the ledge, I think. Oh, it's close. Yeah, you're definitely at the short end spacing for it too. And it's the funny thing too, you can be... I promise you, and if you see me play, I spam short end. Like, I understand. You can be like a really scrub too with like the double jumps you get. And it just won't matter. But I'm just trying to see... Because even if you can short end, like... I think you could... It's really close. I think obviously all I'm trying to see is like if you're better off just going drifting to the ledge or not. You actually might have been too far, so yeah. Yeah, anyway, I guess the answer here is just hitting short every time. And doing the double jump that early isn't the worst thing, I guess, because you can also, like, sometimes just being high enough to where, like, you're close, like, where you could side be the top platform will kind of throw someone off enough to, like, try to, like, sometimes they might overcommit and try to cover the top platform too much. And that way, like, you can safely, like, short into the ledge or just grab the ledge. But yeah, it just feels a little bit scary sometimes double jumping this early. Okay, here, let's see, go to center. Yeah, your back air is a little bit small. I think you'd instant back air. I guess, like, perfect roll melee if you knew where he was. Yeah, you would have to do like full hop and then double jump. But you end up in center, so it's okay. Like again, like that's where I want to at least be, right? On the inner center stage, below like them if they're on platforms and stuff. Yeah, I don't like this downer at all though. Like, again, like whenever someone's on side platforms, top platforms, like they are in a bad position in my book. Like it's not necessarily universally true, but you can really abuse someone in this position, and I really don't like giving it up by doing downers like this. Like even if this connects, like you're doing a rising downer, so that you can't really get much off of it anyway. Like unless they like jump into it and they like maybe they get sent to the side or like to the center stage, but like. It's just like for this percent, like you're just not going to get very much off of it. At least the higher percents, going for like a full hop back air here is a lot more like reward. Like you're getting a much fatter reward. But yeah, sharking, letting them fall down. You know, I would say how, like, you know, that situation earlier with, like, Marth's crazy drift is, like, really hard, but, like, when they're coming from the platforms, he's way, way more limited, and a lot of the time, like, you don't have to worry as much, and you can get away with a lot more, like, just dash dance spamming, just getting a grab. Oh, this is awkward. Let's see. Because, like, even here, right, like, if you're just a little bit further, like, honestly, going for a downer here is pretty wild. But yeah. Ah, you jumped. Okay, I don't blame you for jumping. Because I think you're correct here. Okay, I think he is close enough where you could get the shine. Sometimes they're not. So you might have not been crazy for going to jump cancel shine here instead. Because like I've been there before where like shine looks like it's gonna connect, but like then it just like you're just in that stupid zone where like the animation like hits, but like not the hitbox. I get so pissed off with fucking Falco's dinky ass shine. But yeah, I think technically you were supposed to just shine here, but you know, it happens where like you know sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Yeah, doing the shine on. Yeah, it's really hard to do it. Like the shine becomes a lot more consistent whenever you're like in a really good position to where. If you were to aim to the right of him, right, because you really want to cross up the DI at this point. You hit him on the left side, so that's why he was able to DI to the right really easily. And basically, I think he was just kind of like assuming that you're gonna hit him on the left side. So sometimes if you're like really good, like you can specifically hit them on the right side, so they'll DI up, quote unquote, because they're DIing to the right. Since if you hit on the right side, it's technically DI in, so you can sometimes get your shine like a lot more consistently. The weird thing, I still don't know the kill percents for shine. It probably would have killed. It looks like it would have killed, but sometimes it doesn't, and that's like the frustrating part. Like sometimes you have to wait till like 70s to kill, which is like really weird, but it just depends. I would still recommend like a good way to like really get consistent shine is to like be really ambiguous on which side you're gonna hit him on, because I'm pretty sure you could have been pretty reliably hit him on the right side. It's harder when like you have to stand still. Yeah, because you stood still first, because you had to go from a wavelength, so you're already in standing, so it's a little bit harder to get like full drifts like certain directions, but it looks like you went straight up, so I think if you just tried to hit him on the right side, it could have worked. That was good. Punish him for just drifting, like straight down. You're back. You grab the ledge too late. Yeah, you need to grab the ledge right about now. Like you should already be like in the animation to grab the ledge. If not, you should already be at the ledge, because again, you want to punish this double jump back air, or this double jump to the ledge fucking sucks. It's really, really easy to back air this one. But the reason why you couldn't is because you grabbed the ledge too late, and you were in those 7 frames where you can't act. Like right here, so let's see, grab the ledge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think right about now you can start acting. And now he's already really close. So now you have to like go like about now. And see like now like you can't grab it. So that's where it's really, really important. You want to get a lot of your like right here, that's when you want to start grab. Or like you want to be grabbing the ledge, I guess, like where would I recommend doing it? Like here, like right when the second side beat happens, I would say that'd be a pretty good timing. And that way, like you would already be like falling down as he's like double jumping basically. Anyway, dude, this is me probably being lazy, but like whenever someone comes from ledge, especially Marth, I just laser grab them like almost every time. Like I do it until they can show me that they like have an answer to it. So I would recommend doing it here. Like laser, especially if they don't know how to DI lasers, like you'd be so surprised how many times you can get away with laser grab, up throw, down air. Like it's really easy to get kills on people who just like are lazy here. And a lot, because Marth holds shield a lot here because he doesn't have the best ledge options. Yeah, versus Falcon, versus Sheik, I do it a lot too, because if that hypersense, you know, they get scared. Even though Sheik has a good ledge dash, like, they still hold shield there, so like, laser forward throw, like, sets up the edge guard sequence immediately. And against Marth, like, up throw legit kills, like if they... Because it's interesting, at the really high percents, you can still combo it down air, but at the high percents, you get up throw up air too. But that's if they don't know how to SDI the lasers. If they SDI the lasers a lot, then like it's a lot harder to get follow-ups. But anyway, ooh, here is definitely those times you want to get this money grab. They're coming off the ledge, they do an aerial. Yeah, you want to You want to get this grab. You probably would prefer to have dashed back instead of jumping back. You don't because I think you jumped because you want to do a retreating laser or something, or maybe like you just really want to get out of the way, and you happen to know that technically jumping away is faster than like running away because Falco is kind of slow. But yeah, again, like once. Okay, yeah, wave dash. I actually should have known that too. Doing the wave dash isn't the worst thing here anyway, because like wave dashing kind of could be like considered faster than just dashing away, and like maybe like because you're kind of in that danger zone we talked about, so like doing the wave dash is probably not the most absurd thing. And as long as you're actionable by the time they like land, right? Like that's all that really matters. Is you're just trying to get outside the zone, punish them for like being. Oh, you're talking about that wave dash. Never mind. I was thinking that this was like this full hop or this short hop might have been a missed wave dash. But yeah, this wave dash definitely wasted like all your frames. Like even by doing the jump away, like you could have still punished it as long as you didn't do the wave dash. But yeah, I mean that's what I'm looking for. Like almost all the time in this matchup is just like them running off the platform with an aerial. Yeah, I don't. This is just me. I never do laser forward smash. That shit don't work. I mean it does work sometimes, but like I don't like doing it. Let's see, what's the follow-up after this down here? Yeah, this is really hard. Again, this is probably one time you have to do, like, you just do a nair above them and you kind of fall into them. That's probably the only thing you can do to get a true follow-up. Down there, just a little bit too small. Reaction forward smash 2 could have worked. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean off this one. Yeah, like running off. Yeah, run off shine back air is really good. Yeah, I understand though, like not wanting to. Like sometimes I'm just lazy and I do down smash instead. You know it. But yeah, and again, if you have really good reactions, you can do both of those. But if you do commit to the down air, then you probably have to nair. Okay, back air. Yeah, that was much better. I will say you did the shine a little bit early. So if they miss this double jump, you want to aim the shine like right here. Right down here. It seems like you're doing the shine back air as if like it's almost to kind of help with your back air timing, or like if you want to hit them like right here, but it's really hard to hit them right here. I usually just go really low and I do shine back air because it's very rare where someone will try to up B like in this zone right over here. So that's usually why I aim so low with my shine back air. Okay, oh, you just weren't ready. Yeah, you had the right idea with the jab here, or like you could have gone. Okay, well first you could have gone this back air right here. You could have just done a second back air, but you know, slow and then. Yeah, that's honestly not a bad thing to practice. It's just practicing getting jab, like back air, like just short hop back air. It's like it seems easy, but like it's not. It's honestly not. Like, or at least at first it's not. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to punish that or practice that punish. Okay, whatever. People love going to Randall there. So let's see. Oh, let's see actually your invincibility. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you kind of like. You kind of just try to backtrack a little bit. Like, you full hopped in one direction, double jump the other direction, try to come down a different direction, and, like... Which is honestly, like, not the worst thing. Like, the concept isn't that bad. You just might need to be in a different position to do it. Yeah, it's just because, like... It was just too late. Like, he was already in position to cover it. Like, either drift, I guess. This is personally like one of my favorite ways to deal with like invincible Marth here. So, okay, first thing I do is I get under him, and the second thing I do is I try to power shield the fair, which is I don't think it's necessary. It's just something that I personally do because I think a lot of Marth players do the fair at the same timing. But even if I don't power shield it, all I do is I go for the power shield. If it hits shield, whatever. And then I instantly double jump, and then I wave land off the side platform, and I go back to the ground. Because usually what ends up happening is they react to me jumping, and then they try to do a full hop up air, and basically by the time they do the up air, I'm already on the ground. And then once they land from the up air, they're out of invincibility. And And so basically, in the end, I put them in a bad position, and now they're out of invincibility, and then sometimes I can get a hit off it. It's almost as if I punish them for like trying to hit me while they're invincible. Because, you know, in the end, like, when they're invincible, the only offense you have is movement. So sometimes you can kind of trick them into, like, double jumping early. Or, like, to, like, put themselves in a bad position even though they're invincible. But that's just my sequence. Like, if you do it too many times, obviously they're going to punish you for it. But, like, it's something that's definitely worked for me in the past. Like, I've done hold shield, instant double jump, waveland off, go back to the ground, and then they do the full hop up air, and then I do laser nair, and then I get an opening off that. So it's something you might want to experiment with. But in general, like, I would say honestly, like, you might just want to experiment with your invincibility, like what to do with your invincibility. Like, doing the full hop and the double jump is really strong, but, like, you know, it's not obviously not invincible. Like, you ended up in the situation where, like, you know, if you want to do the full hop double jump, like, you kind of do have to commit, like, to a certain spot. Because if you try to go back and forth, like, instead of, like, having your full hop double jump be like, oh, I'm going up here, and then I'm going to be going over here, and I'm going to drift down, like, over in this zone. Instead, what it more looks like is like, okay, I'm full hopping here, and then I am double jumping, and then I'm drifting back here, and, like, the zone is, like, a lot tighter. So it's a lot easier to cover options, is usually what I guess that's really all it comes down to, is that you kind of limited yourself and, like, you chose one, like, kind of small column as opposed to, like, having, like, a wide, like, zone that they have to guess and cover. But again, I actually do think the concept of going back and forth is, like, not that bad, but it's just harder to do with Falco. And it might be better if you full hopped from the side. Okay, actually, I forgot. Did you full hop the side platform? Yeah, it might have been better if you started full hopping from the side platform, because you just gain a little bit extra height. You have, like, a little bit more room to play with for your drift and shit. Good. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If they're in the air, like, dealing with Marth, having the drift, having to start the apex from here is way easier, right? Because look how much, because you have so much fucking range to, like, deal with, like, the full drift fair or whatever, right? And that's exactly what you do. Like, you stay outside this range, punish them for doing the wish fair, easy peasy. Let's see. What I actually might want to recommend is doing the short hop or the auto cancel back air right after the snare too, because if they jump into it, like, you might get the back air shine. But, you know, if they shield it, you know, you might get hit for it too. So you have to be a little bit careful. And it would work against the up tilt too. It's like it kind of beats them doing anything, like any sort of option, as long as you're close enough. You actually might have gotten hit if you went for it. So I might just be wrong here. Yeah, it just kind of depends what you're reading your opponent doing. Anyway, you got lucky here. You did the laser instant aerial, which is, like, exactly what Marth wants to, like, see whenever they want to go for a dash back grab. But you kind of got lucky. He drifted away too far, or dashed away too far. Okay, yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. You know, when instead of coming down with laser every time, you sometimes do have to come down with down air, and it worked. He jumped into it though, so that kind of sucks, but whatever. Good spacing on this down air. Good shine back air. Okay, shine down air. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe he fucking slid off that. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen someone slide off when they're facing that direction. That's really weird. Usually they slide off with, like, yeah, they usually face that direction. Yeah. So this is probably closer to personal preference. Like, the tech chase is good. I do like going for back here because I like this. I like the situation where Marth's above me, and I have to guess between, like, them doing a side B stall or them coming down with fair or them doing an early fair to read me, like reading them doing a side B. I feel very comfortable in that situation, so I kind of just, like, I prefer that over the tech chase because I feel weaker during the tech chase situation. So again, this is more like a preference thing. Right, yeah, you are 100% right. Like, it's not a bad down air to do here. Again, it's just more so, like, my personal preference of I like going for this back air situation because If you guess right, especially if you guess right on them doing a double jump, like they're dead. They're dead a lot of the time. Or like it sets up for the edge guard, and you know that again, that's my preferred situation. I like the edge guard sequence a lot more than like trying to kill them off like a forward smash or shit, or like a shine off the top or whatever. So that's why I said I would like to do back air there. But going for down air is definitely not incorrect by any means. I agree. The most fucking ridiculous side off I've ever fucking seen in my life. Let me see. Yeah, because even if he DI'd away and did like no tech, like he couldn't have slid off on the other side, so he's just crazy. Got a little lucky with this down air, I would say, but you know, sometimes it works. Sometimes the Marth player just sucks at the anti-air timing. Okay. Down air. Yeah, I agree. You could nair him too to send him off stage, like for an edge guard. It's just the thing that sucks about this down air at that percent, is that they're just gonna double jump to the ledge, basically. Like if it's not enough to kill them, then they basically grab, or if it's not enough to kill them, and if it's not enough to like make them have to up B to grab the ledge or go back on stage, then I don't like that down air versus like a nair in this situation where like they have to, like now they're in edge guard, right? Especially with this down air too, it's even harder to follow up on because you're doing a rising down air instead of a falling down air. So personally, I like to nair in this situation to set up the edge guard. You know, you keep yourself in advantage position as opposed to like, he's on the ledge. It's like he's on the corner, like that's pretty good, but like it's still like you have to win another. Like you're basically going to start neutral with him in the corner as opposed to him being off stage. Again, laser grab would work too. Oh, are you talking about the fast fall timing for the downer? Yeah, that's again that's exactly what you want to do with downers like that. But yeah, here I do like laser grab here. It's really strong, but he might have been looking for it too. Good spacing on the runoff fair. I think coming to laser kind of fucked you a little bit. Yeah, doing this laser, like if you're just ready, like this dash back is if your intention is to avoid that fair, you should almost always be confident that you can dash back and grab it too, instead of like just losing situation. I'm just gonna go for a laser here instead. Like that aggressively like punishing that runoff fair is gonna help a lot. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Again, the shine was just a little bit too high, or like honestly, like okay, that shine's a lot harder to get. But what you have to do is you have to do drift away. Right. Exactly. So, and it's just more so like the ability to train yourself to be like, I am targeting this option. When I see this option work and like that I avoided it, now I'm going to punish it because like I have a plan to punish it, right? But for this shine, what you have to do is you can't let go of the ledge by going down. You have to go away. But honestly, you're probably just slow here, and that's why it missed. But let's see. I think you might have done an unnecessary refresh. Yeah, this refresh fucked you also. Yeah, no, that's fine. And it's fine for like, especially if you say it, it kind of helps me because I can tell if like you actually got the point or not, or like you know, it's better to say it honestly. But yeah, so this grab ledge. After this side B stall, you should be aiming for this double jump right there, or you could have. That double jump is a little bit harder to hit because like it's not equal with the stage, so you might have to be a little bit more worried about it. It's like you have to go, you kind of to go a little bit further to hit it. But yeah, it's about like this one occupies a ledge. If you kind of do it right, you want to do the rising back here to as if they were to double jump, then you can hit them, right? But by doing this extra side B stall, like. It does kind of work out for you, but yeah, I mean, I guess for me, like, I'm always just trying to snipe the double jump, so, like, I usually position it to, like, right here, like, if I'm hard reading it, I would just, like, let go, double jump, like, all the way over here and back air him for this double jump, but, yeah, it's just a little bit scary, because the side B stall is really hard to get perfectly invincible, he could have actually fared you here, if he's ready, And also, if he were just a little bit closer, he would have grabbed the ledge and stole the ledge from you. Um, but yeah, honestly, this is like this typing isn't, or this refresh isn't as bad as probably I'm portraying it to be. But it's just usually with my philosophy, like when I'm edge guarding Marth, I like to like always be in position to punish the up B, like the double jump or like the side B before the up B. Anyway, let's see. Oh damn. It sucks because like that. I feel like that was like the first laser grab you went for, and he still knew how to roll, so that sucks. Okay, right B. Good fastball timing. Yeah, no fastball is so strong here. Or actually, the fastball. Actually, you need a fastball. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. There, doing no fastball when you're coming out from up B is a good thing to do. I always really recommend it. But I think you actually fastball specifically so you can shield, so that's good. That's also good. Dang. Yeah. It's just kind of like a habit you kind of have to break out of yourself sometimes. Like when you're in the corner and like someone hits your shield, like it's not a good idea to jump out of shield with laser. It happens to all of us. Like, you know, you're not a scrub for doing it, but it's something that we have to get out of our system sometimes. Okay. Yeah, here, I guess, yeah, like you weren't invincible, so like you can't just so freely say it, but like I'm just looking for Marth to throw out a hitbox here, and again, I'm looking for the fair. I'm just gonna punish the landing with grab. Oh, let me see. Now I've seen you have not seen some people like I've seen some fucking aggressive ass like hand wiping. Like I remember there's one time I saw someone do right left. Like I think he like grabbed his controller too and then put it back down and like the wipe. There's some people go crazy. But yeah. Anyway, I would just probably be like a little. I guess going for the laser shine is like fine too. So yeah, you basically punished the landing of it. I'm just surprised because he could have faired you. I guess he just didn't like trust that you're out of invincibility yet. Yeah, he was still scared of invincibility, but he totally could have faired you. So honestly, I guess like really what I should have been saying is you might have been playing a little bit too close to him in this situation, but it didn't matter. Yeah, here is like definitely. This is that again another money situation where like Marth's coming down, the runoff laser. It's way more money whenever you get to land a little bit quicker than that. I guess it's more of like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess more so like let's say like you straw hop Nair Marth from the side platform and like he kind of ends up like a little bit above you like that. Like Marth coming down and like you getting to shoot the high laser here, it's so good. You get so much off of it. This situation is fine too, like getting the laser and just having to like do the next option. Let's see if there's a shield poke opportunity. That's one thing I always kind of forget to talk about. Like when you play against Marth, like the early Nair is so strong against his head just because like his head's tiny, or I'm sorry, the shield is tiny rather, and sometimes you can get a lot of openings just off like cross up Nair. Lol. Oh, I remember this. This is so stupid. I think I was able to compensate that shine after the dare. Let's see. Oh, I went too far. Or I didn't go far enough, rather. Shine after the dare. No, it wouldn't have. It's correct to do the shine here. Up tilt takes way too long. Oh, runoff laser. Oh, no. Up tilt. Yeah, well, that time you were just out of position. Oh, wait, no, wait. You're down there. Oh, you're talking about up tilt after the down air. Like, you would have caught him jumping out of shield. Okay. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm assuming you did shine, like, almost as soon as you could. And, yeah.
Okay, do you remember you got rid of Buzz Lightyear?
I don't know. Oh, does she want it? Or like, I guess.
Dad wants it, and I.
Like the big. Oh, you're talking like the big one.
The.
Yeah, there's like a tall. I don't know. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised because you do get away with a lot of toys.
What's up? What's in there? And those.
Not toys. It's like electronics, headphones, my Wii U, all that.
You streaming?
Yes. They can't even see most of the room. I'm like blocking off like a lot.
But I can't see it.
Okay. Anyway, back to Melee. Yeah, I think the positioning was just out to get the up tilt. It's not that dirty, honestly. It's just a little. Anyway, I don't think there was enough time to get the up tilt out. Yeah, because if like maybe I don't know. Let's see. What's the first active frame? I don't know the frame date of up tilt. I think it comes out in like. I need to look it up. This is definitely a moment it would be useful if I knew Falco frame data. Up till is. God, Smashboards loads so slowly. I hate it. Up till is active frame 5. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Yeah.
You have an idea where did I put the bag with all your toys that you like that they were hard to find? What's the name of them?
The Sonic ones?
Yes.
No. Are they not in that closet?
I thought, but I can't see it there.
If there's a trash bag in there, then maybe.
Yeah. Right, it wasn't a trash bag, I know. I'm gonna ask Daddy if he wants those rackets or we're gonna sell them. ¿Qué, mami?
Yeah, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they're not.
This car should be like.
Hi, London. What?
Oh, you know where they are? They're up there, Brendan.
Oh, are they? Okay. 1 second.
It might be in there because I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little car.
Yeah, it's definitely this one.
Yeah. Thank you. It might not. So, if it's not here, then we really got problems. Vamos para allá.
Okay. Let's see if this fucking up to connect. Alright, down there. Active about here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Up till it hits really high. It might have like hit like the tip. So yeah, maybe. I would say. Anyway. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like this small mix-up here where like he could have landed with an aerial, so instead he just like does empty land forward smash. I hate this combo. I think this combo is stupid. I think it's lame. I hate Randall. Stupid. You could have you might have been able to downer instantly and like hit him, but this combo was just dumb. I would think you can only like if you did instant downer, you could have hit him here, but. Let's see this actually. Nah, you could have done it. Good tech chase. Good. Yeah, late there. Okay, good. You got the ledge first. Yeah, I was a little bit worried. Like he was like the same situation from earlier, where like he was gonna grab the ledge if you did the downer here, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, here you just have to have like a pretty decent muscle memory of like every single time you do cross up down air on, or like it's because you did the rising down air. The rising down air makes it really hard to follow up on for the second down air. Yeah, you can forward smash him if you do the rising down air, but like if you what you want to do like a little more consistent method is you do the falling down air and then you do the run off down air to like just spike him to double dip him or whatever. If you do the rising down air, then yeah, you can do the forward smash here too. It just depends. Like I think you had enough time where you didn't really have to worry about hitting him with the early down air. Yeah, like you had plenty of time to like just cross him up, land with down air, and then have plenty of time to just hit him with the second down air. Rising down air is more for like, oh shit, I grabbed the ledge at like the last second, and like I need to like hit him before he's out of the landing lag of the up B. So then you do the rising down air. But yeah, you should totally be able to forward smash him too. Okay, good shield. Yeah, you kind of have to, but you can also just like, you know, again, top platform, run off fair. It only goes so far, so like as long as you stay like outside like this range, you should be pretty safe. You don't have to shield it per se, but like, you know, it's not the worst thing to shield it. Yeah, this one you kind of, I'm pretty sure you have to up tilt, but it might have even been too slow to go for up tilt. So let's see. Shine. You might be able to do back air. Shine. Like you could get back air dash attack, but dash attack puts you at minus, like on, not minus on hit, I think. Shine. Okay. No, back air up tilt maybe, but some super fancy shit is falling second hit of up air. And if you get both hits, like, or you can get first hit of up air shine, or you can get like the shitty second hit and shine. But even if you get like the full, like the normal second hit of shine or up tilt or of up air, you can get up air, and then you can like reverse back air him, and then you kind of have to guess between him doing a side B there or like falling down with. Hold on, let me see if I can draw it out. Okay, so like let's say this is better position. So let's say you got the back air, or so you get the falling up air, and then you can do reverse back air. So now you're here, and he's like up here, ish. Like he might be like closer down here. Then you have to guess if he comes down with an aerial, like a fair instantly or not, or like if he does an instant fair, or like a late fair, or if he does a side B, and you can kind of react, but like you kind of have to guess. And if you might be able to get an up tilt off that, and you get like up tilt, back air, edge guard sequence, whatever. Anyway, doing simpler thing was yes, you can just grab them, but you also have that tree available to you as well if you're really trying to be fancy. Yeah, again, so so you get the shine, you wave shine, put yourself in the position to cover like the wave dash out, the roll, or like this missed air dodge, but then you commit to the laser. Again, like you just need to like this is like correct. Like you're behind someone's shield and you wave dash like towards the direction of their roll or like whatever. Like he wave dashed out, but it's the same thing. And then you want to be ready to hit him, but like you just do the laser instead. And of course, off this down air, like you could have gone something, but you just like I think you just hit the shine like too early, like during the landing lag of the down air or something. Okay, good drift down air. Easy. Okay. I forgot you did that. It's horrifying. I get horrified by suicide down airs. If I'm up game one, I don't care nearly as much. But like if I'm down a game, like fuck that, fuck that. It's definitely good. It's just like scary. Yeah. It's I agree. It's definitely good. It's very ambiguous, but like fuck that. Mighty's getting water. Oh. Yeah, I mean, also just to say my option because I'm a conservative, like very like edge guard Marth in the safest way possible. Right here, about right here, I grab the ledge, and then And then if he side Bs, I just back air him and he dies. But, you know, honestly, this down air is not bad. I like the idea of, like, how it's ambiguous versus, like, you know, oh, if I'm going to the ledge or not, or whatever. Okay, I'm going to quickly get another glass of water, and then we'll finish off game 3. Alright. I am so glad this is just a 3-game set. I've been doing game 5 analysis these past few times, and it just gets to the point where, like, for game 4 and 5, I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to really quickly finish this game. But, like, this has been, like, about, like, is it almost 2 hours now? Jeez, like 2 hours and a half, wow. But yeah, it should be probably, like, another, like, 20-30 minutes, so hopefully be done. Oh god, this down air was sketchy. It worked out, but, like, again, it's just because, like, now you can act, and that's why he couldn't get the shine out. It's one of those moments, like, if you hit someone out of the air with down air, and they, like, and they don't fall in the tumble, like, it's like, not a bad idea to, like, I liked doing shine grab to be safe, like, or shine grab was, like, pretty good, but, like, sometimes you just have to hard read it and just go for straight grab. Yeah. Doing shine grab in this spot's really strong just because, like, some people aren't ready to be, like, actionable, so they don't shield, and sometimes you can get, like, just a shine and then, like, get something off of it, even if you did it with the shine grab. Or, like, you know, like I said, they hold shield, you get shine grab, and then you get your opening there. Okay. Oh, it sucks. Barely missed. Again, whenever they're falling down like this, I really just prefer, like, just going for this up air, like, right where their feet are. Like, it's so easy to poke them. Doing the downer like this, I actually do like it because, like, you're on the top platform, like, you're pretty safe from any punish, but again, like, you're just committing, like, you're kind of giving up that position under them that's, like, really strong. Laser here is really sketchy too. Like, if you want to read them coming off platform, just, like, back air them right here. Like, throw the hitbox out. Don't try to, like, laser them. Like, if you're lasering, you want to be, like, outside the fair range. Okay, laser early nair worked. Hey, the delayed down air worked as well. Again, this is just kind of playing into the fact that he's been, like, jumping out of shield a bunch, you know. This perfect, you know. Yep. Grab the ledge, let your get up, down tilt. Yeah! Barely didn't kill, but that's okay. Okay, really got it worked. Perfect. Okay, so again, you grab the ledge a little late, similar to Marth. You want to grab the ledge where you're actionable for the double jump, if it happens, or, like, for double jump aerials like this. So I would recommend grabbing the ledge a little bit earlier, but, like, you know, it didn't really matter in the end. Doing the shine stall is also, like, I'm surprised he's, like, already evolving to this specific one, because you do this against, like, rolls, you do this kind of against the regular getup. Yeah, who is J-Salt? This is fucking random, or this is, like, a real Sheik. But yeah, honestly, I do like the shine stall against this specific option. It's kind of like a hard read on it, but I think it's good. Oh yeah, I mean, just fall emptily, or emptily. That's a weird one. How did that down smash work? Yeah, okay, just a little bit slow. Ooh. Yeah, you could have got the shine off of it, but, you know, it's safer. It's honestly interesting that you kind of, like, dashed away to be able to, like, to get inside the grab range. But again, the laser just isn't going to be doing much, right? Because I love the idea of, like, back air dash away to, like, bait out the shield grab. But, like, if you're jumping here, like, I think you just down air him again, you know? Like, you get a big opening. Like, you don't bother with, like, the laser. You got the delta anyway, so it didn't really matter, but, you know. The second downer also kind of sketches me out a little bit, because downer just takes a little bit longer, so, like, sometimes you can just get down air, especially when they're like this. This is the exact position I love going for the auto cancel back air, because like it's far away enough to where like I'm sketched out by up tilt, or like even if up tilt connects, they DI away. It's kind of hard to follow up on it. But like back air, it's like I feel like if they DI up, you can get a follow up on it. If they DI away, like again, like you probably have a hard time following up on it. But like it's I guess more percent technically. And like if they DI away, like it sets them for like a really good tech chase, or not really good, but like I'm pretty sure it would set them up for a tech chase. Or like if it's not a tech chase, they double jump out. And it's I guess like I'm really talking like the up tilt and the back air are like kind of the same thing, but I think it also might just be the fact that like up tilt might not reach, so like you might have to back air. Granted, you did down air and it worked out, but I feel like down air is a lot weaker to like them dashing away or like wave dashing back. So it's just kind of this is usually the prime time I go for like back air. If they DI in, I get like another like a shine or like an up tilt, or if they DI away, like I get kind of a tech chase situation. But again, it connected, so like I can't, you know, whatever. Easy, I guess. Good. This is no fastfall back air. This is perfect, you know. Let's see, actually, for... Yeah, he just slid off. Perfect melees for you to do Nair back air here, I think. Nair and just like do Nair, do the runoff lasers to catch them not jumping and kind of force them to double jump. If he double jumps into a back air. But yeah, because that's definitely something you have to be really aware of when you're doing down air tech chase. It's just like the slide off option is just so real. Okay, but yeah, no fastball back air is super strong. Nice. Ledge cancel there into the second one. Let's see right before that though. Okay, yeah. Not too much to say. I want to see this full hop one more time. Yeah, he was just trying to catch you dashing in and just caught him. Okay, what's your invincibility option? Yeah, you try to run under him, but like, usually this is just kind of my philosophy when running through. Like, I let them come down first. I let them land, and that's when I run through them. I don't try to like run through them whenever they're like still like on the way down, just because like you might get hit by like a back air like this. Because again, like the point of running through is basically telling them like, fuck you, you're not gonna throw a hitbox at me. Like you're not gonna do anything. You're gonna read me jumping or something. And so that's why like, I feel brave. Like, okay, I'm just gonna stay outside the range of them falling down with aerials from the revive platform or whatever, and then I'm just gonna run through you because I don't care. Okay, we're double roll, easy. Or that not so much work. Yeah, you start up a laser. It's kind of like one kind of tiny thing that's pretty important. It's like you have to just be really careful about like the first laser is the one that's always like the most unsafe, especially when they're like this close. Like even just this, right? Like she can just close the gap in so quickly. So yeah, you do have to be kind of careful about like this first laser because it is unsafe if they read it. That's exactly what happens. Go back air. Ooh, okay. So I like. Okay, I think he should have wave dashed. He shouldn't. I guess he didn't mean to roll it. I wish he just like stayed right here and like kind of threatened you if you want to come off the platform. Yeah, he's like kind of going for Hail Marys at this point. Yeah, he just got stuck. No big deal. Good wait. This is perfect wait. Good waiting. Good waiting. Wait for him to come off. And this is good too. Sometimes like instead of like waiting for him to come down, you can just, or like waiting for him to land, you just like cut him off like right when he's about to approach. This is more like risky because like you have to like guess his timing, but like if it works, like you know, fuck it. Hey, sometimes it works. Oh, you could shine and show that one, but that's kind of hard to get. Shine, down air, down smash. Perfect. Wrong side. Yeah, this I remember. That laser timing was so good because he does the immediate double jump, he gets hit by it, so he has to do the delayed double jump, which is like he has less time to recover. Yeah, it's probably one of the situations you should feel pretty safe just holding the ledge. Like you don't have to do it like this. You don't have to do the rising back here. Like you can like shine stall to kind of delay or like to make it easier to double jump onto the stage, but like you can still hit him for like just landing on the stage. I would say Sheik is actually a character, like we talked about earlier, how you did the Rising Downer versus Marth as he landed. Sheik is a character where sometimes you have to do it like that because like you want to hold the ledge so that that she can't grab it. Oh, okay, this sounded stupidly obvious, but sometimes you have to wait because she's like kind of weird, and sometimes she can land in a really ambiguous spot, so where like you can't tell if she landed on stage or not. So sometimes you want to do the rising cross up downer on Sheik because you have to like react like, kind of like in a very small time frame to for her to like still be in lag while you still being able to cover her not going to the ledge while still being able to cover her landing on stage. So you don't really have